talking to me. So what are we doing for food for Donington? I'm like, Beth, shut up. No, but we need to sort food out. I'm like, Beth, I cannot get this shit out of me. I cannot squeeze it out anymore because it is hurting my back. And then I went, get me a coffee.
What are we doing for food at Donny?
You're on a different campsite, so we're sorted.
Yeah. Well, that's all right. We're going around yours for tea, aren't we?
No one could decide what everyone wanted. I got off Jamie.
Beth asked Jamie last night, and all Jamie went was, I'm busy. So.
Right, whatever.
Oh yeah, what did he text you back?
He said anything other than tomatoes.
Oh, anything other than tomatoes. I said that Dickhead's getting tomatoes.
Is he going along as well then, is he?
Yeah, he's coming up with Gary and Craig, but sleeping in his own tent.
Right.
Okay, sleeping bad bastard tent. Fucking tent's not going to get there. They're going to be sleeping on fucking
God, Beth, you're such a whiner, aren't you?
How long's it taking you guys to get up?
5 hours maybe.
What time are you leaving?
7.
God, that's shit.
You might be there for midday-ish. Oh, sound.
You say Sam, but we don't even know how we're going up there yet.
I've got my doubts. I'm thinking mid-afternoon.
What was
Depends what kind of run we have.
Yeah, if traffic's kind all the way through, you'll be fine, won't you, I suppose?
Yeah.
Yeah, as long as we've got enough fuel on the way out, we'll be fine.
Mate, I won't be 1 lap short.
30 pound limit.
Huh? Not in my garage, ain't.
You're bringing enough up for everybody. Are you run? Hey, there's an idea, Kelly. See if the touring cars need a bit of fuel. Bring a load up, charge him.
Yeah. Yeah.
Quid's in.
Yeah. I got super unleaded here, 5 a litre.
Whew!
Enough to fill a whole tractor up.
Tractor.
Kelly
Red for that, and red diesel.
Kelly just be sat in Donington Park car park selling his fuel.
It's all going to be fucking done by then. It's all getting back to normal as it is.
So he's had a letter come through door. This is brilliant. Because he's got his HGV licence.
Yeah,
he's had a letter from government basically offering him a job to be an HGV driver.
Yeah.
And he said,
"Fuck off! I've got a young daughter. Why would I want to be on road all the time?" He says the money's all right, but it's not as it's only a bit better than what I'm on now, and I don't have to travel all the time for that.
What's he do at the moment?
I want to say he works in a power plant or something.
Okay.
Time is it? 3 minutes. You've got 3 minutes to change and say it's pissing it down. It's not going to, is it?
It's not going to, is it?
Not going to,
no,
is it?
It's not. You dry race all the way through.
There's rain at 10. Should we make it 10?
No.
If we make Q1 at 9, that's 68% chance. That'll be a wet qualifying. Half a wet race
I'd
one.
I'd be saying, yeah, bring the rain on, but
You're quite content with your pace, aren't you?
I'm content, yeah.
I just think it's going to have to be
Can we move it to Thursday night instead? I want the rain. No? No? Okay.
What?
I want the rain.
You want the rain? Well, you can have it.
There's none of that to give you.
What? Pissed off. I want rain. But I know for a fact that BMW spins around like an absolute bastard in the rain.
You want Beth?
It's your handful in the rain, that Beamer.
Yep.
Yep.
Saying what?
Take the truck driver the UK needs right now.
Because she drove a truck on Gavin and Stacey, didn't she?
To be fair, even in Andy and Disco's hand, that Beamer still had.
I don't know, babe.
I don't find it funny.
Yeah.
Time's it? 2 minutes till the invites go out, boys.
To what?
2 minutes till the invites go out. Should we just have one last quick little weather check?
It's not going to change.
It's not changed. What I'll
anyone
do,
left
Dan,
in this bloody session.
Dan, what I'll do is I'll refresh the weather page after race 1, just in case it's changed for race 2. And if it's fucking pissing it down for race 2, I will edit the weather for the second race.
What?
Because technically people can still check the weather because it won't be until 1 and 2 in the morning, so...
What time is it?
2 minutes to 1:45, or 1 minute. It's 19:44.
Right.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Mysterious girl. I wanna fuck you.
Now, what are we saying at optimum tyre pressures? 24 to 26?
25 to 26.
Okay.
Hey, Matt.
Hey, Dan,
Your mum.
is a slag.
What, your mama?
Your mama is so ugly.
Oh, I got a win on Apex earlier, Dan.
What, on Battle Royale or...
Battle Royale. No, on Battle Royale. 4 kills. 4
I was
assists.
waiting to say... I was waiting to you finish your mum's so ugly.
My mum's a slag.
Oh, that's
Your
nice.
mama
My mum's
is...
batshit crazy.
What about your mum like that? It's not very nice, is it?
Do you mean
Your
talk about
mama
my mum like
is
that?
so
It's fucking
fat.
true.
It's not very nice, though, is it?
It's not very nice, no, but it's a fact, isn't it? I mean, yeah.
Your mama is so fat that her high school photo was an aerial shot.
That's not true at all.
What are you
mama's-
being so mean to my mum for?
Your mama's so fat, you have to cover in talcum powder just to find a wet spot.
Oh, that's mine, you bastard. Your mama is so ugly, they'd tie a pork chop to us and a dog would play with her.
Your mama's so stupid, she put a pan in the bedroom.
No.
Your mama is so stupid, she didn't put enough fuel in. Rookie error.
Oh, there's no Stoke Slough tonight.
Your mama is so stupid, she thought Cornwall was its own country.
Your mama was so stupid. She thought F1 and boxing was the same thing.
Well, they are.
They are, aren't they?
I said the only time I've seen. I said to Liam, the only time I've seen a racing driver try and have a fight with each other was Matt Neal and Plato in the pits at Rockingham that year in qualifying.
Yeah, and that was hardly
They
a fight,
both still
was
had
it?
shit form. They both had shit form.
Yeah, that was hardly a fight, was it? Fucking.
Well, yeah, Plato shit himself with his helmet on because he saw this giant with his giant fist about to knock him the fuck out.
Well, to be fair, Matt, Matt Neal looked like a fucking idiot with his fucking hand up, fucking threatening to punch him. He looked like it was a schoolyard fight. He couldn't punch his way out of a wet paper bag. You know? It was the most fucking crap threat ever. You know? To a man with a crash helmet on.
Yeah, that's the stupid thing. Matt Neal's got balls. Matt Neal's got balls. He's got boulders between his
I'm gonna rip
legs.
your face off. I'm gonna rip your face off, Jason.
It was a threat, that's all it was, and just nah. Bullshit threat. Was funny though.
It was funny.
It was funny. That's because Plato flicked a bird at him, didn't he?
Plato flicked the bird, gave him the wanker sign after like brake checking him
That's
throughout
right.
qualifying.
Yeah.
And Matt Neal just ran over. It's like, I'll rip your fucking face off. And then like Plato's dad was stood there saying, fucking
No, that was what he said.
tell him Barry or something to fucking...
Yeah, have a word with him or something.
Have a
like
word
that.
with him, Barry
Neal,
or
just
something.
tell him to calm down. Calm
No,
down.
well, it wasn't Matt Neal's dad, because Matt Neal's dad's called Steve.
Yeah, that's right.
Steve. Hello, Steve.
Steve.
Oh, Steve.
Stephen Brown.
You're worth worthy adversary.
I have a very small penis.
In the first night
I
race
must be dreaming.
of the season. Tune in to find
Oh,
out.
fucking happy days. Right, I better go and join my teammate at a party.
Tell the birthday boy that if he doesn't do well...
His birthday was yesterday, wasn't it?
Yeah, I know. Tell the 21-year-old if he doesn't get his act together, I'm going to rip another hole into him.
Why is everybody 21?
He's going to rip him another asshole. Shall I tell him that?
Yeah. If he doesn't sort his shit out, if he doesn't produce another race win,
you're going to rip him another asshole.
Oh, try and leave Smith. Try and let Smithy win tonight. By the way, it's his 50th appearance in race 1.
Sorry, no.
It's only Smithy. Smithy's harmless.
Yeah, but I want some wins.
Got no arms, has he?
Mate,
that'll explain his driving.
I was just about to say the same thing. Have you seen how he races on a Wednesday night at times?
Yeah. He must be trying to drive with his tongue.
Poor lad stood there, 1 foot on accelerator, 1 foot on accelerator up brake, 1 foot on steering wheel,
and trying to turn up the volume with his knob.
Have you seen that drift car driver who does it with his foot?
Yeah,
You're on Top Gear one time.
Oh, is that the fucking... I can't think of his
Polish
name now,
bloke.
All right, yeah.
Does the drifting. So he's got like his gears and stuff, like his handbrake up by his shoulders, and when he flicks his shoulders forward, it like uses his handbrake and stuff. I mean, he's got his foot on accelerator up brake, and he's just got 1 foot just sort of like with his in between his big toe and his second toe, just got hold at steering wheel, this knob thing that's like on a foot off of a fork truck that twists.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, very impressive. Very impressive.
Right, guys, I'm going to go and jump into the party with the others. So, I'll give.
Let's leave this one and make another one, shouldn't I?
Yes, get us in a party, Daniel.
Right, I'll see you on the podium.
Yeah, best of luck, everybody. Best of luck.
Ruined it, isn't it?
See you later. Best of luck, Bryn, tonight. Big win for Christopher Walsh tonight. Come on. Love your vote of confidence. Yeah, hope so as well. Keep that good form going. Yeah. Oh, if you outdo Dean again, I'm gonna piss myself. You've joined the same party, retard. Thank you, Dan. I can't believe it's dried. Oh, it was looking so... you've got 8 minutes, but I mean, even then, there's still that practice session, so... Right, I need to start jotting names down. In my book. No, he might be missing this one. I'll text him in a minute. Pro-Am. Yep. So, Bryn. Halty. Yeah, I would. I know, fucking Dan did run out. He had to repit. I thought he was going to get him at the end. Yeah, you could tell with your pace. Yeah. Yeah, he's wank anyway. Right, bud, best of luck. I'll catch you later. Hi, Gooden. Let's go, Daniel. Daniel, my boy.
What?
Oh, yeah? Oh, okay. Joe, Kieran. Kieran got Rate Mardy earlier.
Why?
I wanted a teammate that was going to race all season. Joe's only missed one race. He's missing tonight. 2 minutes later, I get the text off Joe. I might be missing tonight's first race, mate. It's my mum's birthday. We're having a meal at my grandma's for it. Thinking, you know.
Savage.
And Kieran sat there going, "Oh, I wanted a teammate who was going to be there all season." I'm thinking, mate, it's his mum's fucking birthday.
You need a dick. Fucking hell. You be, man.
Apparently, he's away later this year as well, so he misses a full week or 2 or something. He's on holiday. It's like, fucking hell, mate. This is the thing now, we're not in lockdown. People are going to go away. People are going to be busy. You know? Get a grip.
People are having their own lives.
Yeah.
Oh.
Like, get a grip, mate. No stove sloth tonight.
Good.
So, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 out of 15 drivers, no stove sloth. Who else? It's Maze. I didn't write Maze's name down. So we're all here. We're all ready to go. I'm just going to change my chairs around because I don't want to be sat in my sim rig. Did a half an hour race on ACC with Sutty earlier. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, I just
Yeah,
chose to
sweet.
ignore you.
Oh, right, yeah, she's sweet. No, I'm at the other side of the room getting me off swapping my chairs around. I didn't know if you could hear me.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. You sound sexy.
Can you hear me?
You sound fit.
Mic check 1, 2, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Hello?
Yeah.
Hello? Hello?
Yeah. Yeah, hello.
What? I can't, what? Hello?
Hello?
Matt, are you there?
Yeah, I'm there. Are you there?
Matt!
I can't hear you, Daniel.
Matthew Duffin!
Daniel Davis!
I can't hear you, motherfucker.
I'm back now, you penis.
No, I can't hear you. Honestly, mate, I genuinely can't hear you. Like, what the fuck?
Can you genuinely not hear me? Hello? Fucking you a bullshitter. Yes, you had me fucking worried there. Yes!
Obviously not, I can't hear him.
You're a dick. You're a dick. You're fucking paranoid.
Hello?
I'm here!
Hello? Matt? Matt? Matt?
Yes. Yeah, he's here. I'm answering you! I'm answering you, you penis.
Have I got my thing on mute then, if you can't hear me?
Oh, you don't play games? 4 minutes till we
Hello?
start. 4 minutes till we start. You're telling me that my mic's not
Hello?
working. Dan!
Genuinely can't hear a fucking word he's saying. This is bad. Matt!
Yes, Dan!
Matt!
He's texting me now.
Well,
You're a dick. You're a fucking dick. You're a dick.
I think I'm gonna pay myself.
You're a penis.
Oh shit! Oh fuck! On a scale of 1 to 10, how serious do you think I was?
About an 8, and then when you text me, it went to a 10. Like, when you text me, I was like, holy shit. Oh, Maze Game has left the session. Come on, Maze, get back in. You're a dick.
Oh, dude, I think I'm gonna shit myself. Funny.
Jamie's giving me some stats for the race.
No one cares, Jamie.
From Pro-Am Season 1. The first stat Pole position was a 1 minute 30.6 set by yours truly. Like, for fuck's sake, he only wants stats mentioning because he's fucking his stat. It's his fucking time.
Just don't say it. Just piss him off and don't say it.
No, I'm going to use it. I like to use the older stuff as well. In fact, is that the lap record then? I imagine that's the lap record 130.6, isn't it? I'd have had that on my screen. We've been to Red Bull, so... Red Bull Ring.
I remember racing.
Race record a 130.681. Qualifying is a qualifying a 130.681. Racing 130. No, Red Bull Ring was just before Spa.
And I was one of those, make up space kind of people. I wasn't meant to be there.
No, yeah, he was only there for like a week, and then all of a sudden it's blossomed into a Season 3 title, as well as a GT5 and a GTE. And
I know, right?
Maze Gamer, we're going to start, mate, so...
Wait, am I meant to be paying attention then?
Right, when the loading screen goes, don't say anything, because that's when we go back live, when this loading screen loads. I noticed the other day.
Matt, I can't hear you.
Yeah, I'm not playing them games now. There's 3 drivers, Maze, Welshie and Bryn, all on double points tonight. But obviously we'll mention that race too. Bollocks to you, Dan. Not falling for this trickery.
Matt.
Yeah.
I can't hear you, mate.
Just as long as you're quiet when this loading screen's gone. Shush. You're making me paranoid.
Honestly, mate, I can't hear you.
Good evening and welcome to SimPlay Motorsport here for the GT3s. It's Wednesday night, it's Pro-Am night. I'm Matthew Duffin here in the Red Bull Ring, the evening time at Red Bull Ring, joined in the commentary box by my partner in crime, Dan Davis, or Unorthodox, as you may know him on a Thursday night. Dan, how are you?
I'm doing okay, I would say. I'm still trying to get my head around what happened a couple of days ago, but I'm doing very well. And yourself?
Very good, thank you very much. We're at the Red Bull Ring, first night race of the season. Always look forward to the night races here at SimPlay. We're in store for a cracking race here. The Red Bull Ring always seems to provide great entertainment.
Yeah, definitely so. Red Bull Ring in any form of concept, competition cars from GTs to F1s, Red Bull always definitely brings some action. And to me, mate, the big talking point here tonight, obviously we got possibly rain lingering around, but also for me the biggest thing is going to be tonight is track limits. This is a circuit, the track limits can be abused so badly, and we'll be keeping an eye on how far these guys will push here tonight.
Yeah, the track limits are the thing, and as the drivers should be aware from the rules and regulations post that gets posted every season, the curbs are the track limits. As long as you have two, you can be on the AstroTurf on the outside as much as possible. As long as you have at least 2 wheels on the curb at all time, that is within the track limits. So if you run wide at the final corner and are onto the green AstroTurf, as long as 2 wheels are on the curb, you are fine for the track limits. We know that sometimes the game will extend it a little bit more. But it's the curb for every track. That way it's fair for every track, and the curbing is the rule. So it will be the key tonight, and track limits will be the fascinating one. As well, Dan, the conditions. We've said a lot this season about the hard tyre to the soft tyre. The nighttime brings in cooler conditions, and with this heavy cloud around, even further cooler conditions. The tyre choice is pretty simple, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely so. Just quickly going back to track limits, this final sector is going to be where we'll be keeping an eye on. Very easy to run wide into the penultimate corner and the final corner, as Rabbit Joe has just shown. He's stayed within limits, and it's also going to be here at turn 1 as well. The track limits is, like Matthew said, the curb, and Joe does a perfectly good job of staying within track limits. But yeah, we finally have a night race, and we finally have weather lingering around as well. It's been the first proper season in SimPlay where we haven't had any rain that's really affected any of the races. SimPlay was also very known for its wet races, as most of the drivers recall, was near enough every race at some point was wet. So we might have rain lingering around, and like I said, hard tyres are, in my opinion, are a definite no-no here, especially in these cooler conditions at night as well. The hards are something to probably stay away from.
Yeah, they really are. Then we do have no Stove Sloth tonight. He will be missing as he is at work. We haven't got Maze Gamer out there yet as well. We hope to get him in the session before we start. We are down to 15 drivers in the Pro-Am, so there is 2 missing. I can't quite see who else is missing off that list, but I'm sure we'll figure out as we go along. Smoky Devil back this week after an absence last week. 3 drivers taking their double points as well tonight. We'll get to them after the driver interviews just before race 2. But like Dan says, normally a channel known for the wet races is pretty dry this season. Pretty much the first wet race this year was Silverstone on Monday night, and the Renault Clios was the first wet race. But we've got, Dan, tonight a very interesting track, very interesting conditions, and drivers out there. And Pro-Am's got a really good mix of cars with the SLS, the Renault, the Audi, the Lamborghini. There's a Porsche and there's a lot of AMGs. But there's a lot of interest behind a lot of these drivers tonight. Can Nicky and Kelly replicate Donington Park? Can Kieran and Rabbit Joe get back to their best? Can Maze Gamer hold his connection? There's a Ginetta out there of Ukbar. What can he do? Welshie in that Lamborghini. Is this a track where the Lamborghini might look good? Smithy's in his Porsche. Big shout out to Smithy while I'm at it. 50th appearance in race 1 for Smithy. So massive hats off to him. He'll be making his 50th in race 1. But Dan, such a variety of cars and such a variety of pool of drivers of different talent. What can we expect from these boys tonight?
Definitely in the Pro-Am, it's definitely going to be wide open. The nice thing about the Red Bull Ring, it's a short circuit for F1, and we do a lap time around about 109. But in the GTs, we're looking at a 131 to about 130s for the Pro-Am pace, and we're looking to possibly a 28 to 30 pace for the Pro guys. So the thing is about Red Bull, there's so many different versions of the circuit. There's so many sectors that suit different part of the car as Maze Gamer now gets into the session. So for the likes of the Porsche and possibly the Renault and also the Ginetta, this middle sector where Smithy is now will benefit them. Grip and downforce will definitely benefit these cars. But with the likes of Rabbit Joe and the SLS of Dean Wasocki, Argent in the other AMG, also Alfie as well. Sector 1 will definitely benefit them due to the long straights. Not a lot of fast corners, not a lot of downforce needed there. So those guys will benefit there. And then the final sector, again, still blends in that straight line speed and also the quick 2 right-handers, which is also where you can gain and lose time very quickly. But already, Rabbit Joe setting the pace and already doing a 130.8 here in practice.
Yeah, a 30.8 already in practice for Rabbit Joe, backed up by his teammate on a 32.8 of Argent as he crosses the line and improves that to a 32.2 at the minute. Smithy up there in third. Good lap from Smithy at the moment, up in P3. But like you say, you've got KLF, you've got Nicky and them Renaults. What can they do tonight in that track? What can the Ukbar do if Smoky Devil doesn't improve on his P5? This is a 20-minute practice session, so guys have plenty of time. The other driver is Holty that we are missing, and we hope to see Holty. And I know Holty can't make every other week, can only make every other week, and couldn't get in last week due to a PSN problem. So we hope that Holty can join us later on tonight. Alfie as well. An interesting one. Obviously, Nicky and Alfie took their first ever SimPlay race wins last week. This man in a bit of form. We've seen him good form at Brands Hatch. Not the best at Dubai, but back to his best at Donington Park. What can this man do tonight, Dan?
Like he said in the interview at the last round, if he does get on the podium, we need to make sure that we sort out his mic settings, because we obviously couldn't hear him last time. There's a little wiggle there. He could possibly put it back on the top step of the podium once again. That SLS, once it is hooked up, it's very quick. It's got the power. It's got the strength to go down the straights. But it's a very, very slippery car. Even Alfie says he was hanging the neck of that car every single lap. So it's definitely a potential race winner and a potential season attacker. But it just needs more downforce. That's the only issue. But more downforce and more grip. As long as Alfie and Dean can get it under their feet, as Dean seems to be getting to grips a bit quicker. Yeah, we should see these cars really excel. But again, night race, cooler conditions, it might react differently with the cooler conditions.
Yeah, we'll have to see what happens as this one goes on. Then I'm going to give you the current championship standings at the moment, and it looks like this. Very tight at the top. Maze Gamer, after his disappointed Donington with internet connection, still holds on to that championship lead by 10 points from Nicky, who closed in. Obviously, the drop scores came into effect, and what I gave you before the end of the night, as it obviously isn't the final picture after the drop scores are calculated. So Nicky second, 10 points behind Maze. He's 1 point ahead of Rabbit Joe in third, with his forever forward teammate partner 5 points off the back of him in P4. Kelly then is fifth on 29 points off the championship lead. Bit of a jump then back to Alfie, who's 42 points off the lead, but after a good double points at Donington, even though he only did the one race, he's proven that he can try and get up to that top part of the standings. DJ Phil is P7, and we've said we've been impressed with Phil this season in that Mercedes-Benz. Looks like he's getting there and starting to get to grips with it. Welsh is in P8 ahead of his teammate Stove Sloth by a point in P9. Stove Sloth not here tonight though, and Welshie, can he get that form that we're starting to see him get these good results and starting to get back up into top positions? We're seeing a Welshie that we've not seen for 2 seasons who's able to challenge at that front end of the grid. Don't know, mate. Probably one of the surprise packages of this season. Brand new back to SimPlay. Brand new back to Sim Racing, should I say. 10th place at the minute. I don't think many people predicted a top 10 for him at the beginning of this season, but he's 10th. Smoky Devil is then in P11 ahead of Holty, who's not here tonight at the moment. Dean Wasaki 2 points behind Holty in P13. Can he replicate what his teammate did last week? That'll be the interesting answer at the moment. He needs some good results to go his way. Smithy then is 14th place, only a handful of points off the back of Dean, with Daniel Francis down in 15th place. But as we know, Daniel Francis is no longer taking part. Don Productions is in P16, but he's not been here since week 1, so I think that could be the end of him, as he's not been here for now 3 weeks. Ugbar is P17, as by the standings, and NJ P18 as well. But obviously, with drivers starting to come away from this, and they will be reshuffled into this one then. Forever Forward Racing lead the Constructors' way, 12 points clear of Team Prolapse. And this is a battle that kind of continues from last year when it was Fury and Kieran, Dan. Team Prolapse versus Forever Forward. They're going at it again, and it's so interesting to see what can happen. DJ Motorsport sit P3, 85 points off the title lead. But can Smoky Devil and DJ Phil do something about getting that gap shorter? They only have a 4-point lead over Team Pro Lasty, which is just Maze Gamer on his own, can we just say. What a job he's doing in this Constructors title. AA3D Printing then come in P5. 10 points off the back of DJ Motorsport and only 6 points off the back of Team Prolassi. Dean needs a handful of points now to help Alfie out, to push them up that league a bit further. MC Motorsport are then 15 points behind them of Welshie and Stealth Soft. Ironbrew Racing of Holty and Don't Know Mate are just behind them. Team Cool Runnings of Smithy is then down on 38 points, and Low Wolf Motorsport and the Flying Dutchman tied on 26. Dan, the Forever Forward Team Prolapse battle is one that really started last season and is carried on into this year.
Yeah, it definitely has. These guys have are really carried on fighting, obviously due to the fact that Kelly hasn't been promoted up into the Pro division, so he's carrying off pretty much where he left off, just with a different car, as is Argent as well. Both of them really kind of leading where they left off last season, but the man for me that's really stepped up this season has been Nicky in the Renault. He just seems a lot more consistent in that car, a lot more comfortable in the Renault, and he's now taking the fight to the front runners. Rabbit Joe, we knew he was going to have pace. He's a ex-pro driver. He knew he was going to be quick. It's just a matter of time until he got himself to grips with the Mercedes, a new car to him, a new season. So it's good to see Rabbit Joe and Argent working well as a team. But they do have their hands full with Nicky and Kelly working well, and I believe these two are trying to tow right now, the way they're sitting on track close together.
Yeah, it looks that way at the moment. There's Smithy just in front of him. And you're right, Dan, the way it goes at the moment is these boys are very much battle on and game on. Kieran's upped his game, Kelly's upped his game, Nicky's upped his game, even though them two are in a different car. Joe's then come into this battle. Obviously, it was Fury and Kieran last year that took the title. Joe's come into this fight, and he's doing the same thing. He's straight on the money. Brands didn't seem his best, strongest race, but like you say, getting to grips with that Mercedes-Benz. Is he now, do we think, Joe, comfortable in that car where he can start to help Kieran push for a third, consecutive Constructors title?
Yeah, possibly so. And I just see here Welshie's improving his lap times in the Lamborghini. It's nice to see Welshie competitive. It's nice to see him back at the top end of the grid. And to me, Welshie is the driver's driver. Everyone seems to get on with Welshie. Everyone seems to always have a good time, Welsh, and it's nice to see him. He always brings good times, good fun, and it's nice to see him out there pushing it to the limit. But look at this, Matt. Argent fastest, 8 thousandths of a second faster than his teammate. Then Mays, he's not too far off these guys. He's only 3/10. But the other surprise packet is Ukbar. He's only 4/10 off the Mercedes in the Ginetta. He's doing what Andy did at Spa at the start of Season 3. He's making that Ginetta work here at Red Bull.
It really is, and it's really nice to see Ukbar in that Ginetta really do what it's capable of doing. We saw that with Andy last season, and Ukbar's hopefully going to get that result he needs. He's not had the best of luck recently, but hopefully he can get that good result. But half a second separating the top four. You've then got a close fight between Welchie, Nicky and KLF for 5th, 6th and 7th. They're all separated by 0.2 of a second as well. She actually improves there, now separated by 0.4 of a second. But this is practice, so we don't know what these Renault guys are doing as Kelly then goes a bit quicker. Nicky improves as well, so that gap's back down to 0.3. Dean, he's a second and a half nearly off the back of Welchie, of Nicky. He could do with upping that pace a little bit, as could Smokey, Alfie, DJ Phil and Don't Know Mate and Smithy as well. Struggling at the moment off the back. But this Pro-Am field, Dan, you have to say, since the restructure of last season, looks a lot closer together. It looks a lot more of a fight throughout the Pro-Am instead of one guy just dominating.
Yeah, definitely so. We did think that Mays, with loads of experience racing in these GT3 cars, I definitely know him from racing in other leagues. He's definitely a very, very quick driver, and when he is on his form, he's probably one of the best. But he does have mistakes. He does make just like that. He does make those silly little errors where the likes of Rabbit Joe, who's been in his championship now, he knows how it runs, he knows how the championship works. He can then start pressurizing Mays, who's brand new to this. Argent, a veteran in Pro-Am, let's say, has really come to grips in this league and really knows how to race with these guys at times, so he knows how to deal with it. Ukbar's still relatively new. So, like you say, everything's getting closer. And now people suit into certain cars as well. Kelly's really found his feet in this Renault. He says it suits his driving style. It fits his driving style a lot better than the Porsche did last season. Even though he's umming about possibly changing back to the Porsche for next season. Who knows? But he says that he's really more comfortable with this Renault. He can really attack it and really push it to the limits.
He can, as Rabbit Joe and Mays Gamer have improved to go above Argent in the standings as Kelly improves his time once again. Welchie and Nicky's times are 9 thousandths of a second between Welchie and Nicky, so that is close between them two. The Forever Forward boys, though, look interesting tonight. Mays as quick as ever. Ukbar an interesting 1C. Not really seeing anything from the DJ Motorsport guys of Smokey Devil and DJ Phil. We're also not seeing the best of the AA3D printing boys, nor this man or Smithy as of yet, as that Audi has looked a handful at times this season, but Don't Know Mate last week at Donington got his best finishes of a 5th and an 8th, and it really looked like the Audi was starting to come to him and he was starting to get to grips with it.
Yeah, like you said, Don't Know Mate has just recently come into this season, has really been a surprise package. There we see he's 9 seconds up on his lap time, so he's basically been trying to find a decent time window to try and put a decent lap time in. The Audi is a handful, but if it's tamed, like Jamie has done previous seasons, it can be a very, very quick car in the right hands. And if Don't Know Mate keeps putting at it, keeps putting the hard work in, then he will find it eventually. It's just a matter of time. It's just practice. It's just practice. All it is.
It is indeed. And as he crosses the line now, where will he go after not being 9 seconds up? He actually found 9.7 and goes just ahead of DJ Phil then. And just off the back of Alfie and Smithy and Dean as well. So them four at the bottom are quite... Sorry, I'm 5 at the bottom. Quite close as here comes Argent. Now, the phone next to me saying that Kelly's on 2 green sectors, but this is only practice, don't forget. 20-minute practice for the Pro-Am guys. Got a few cheeky track facts, a few track stats. We've not been to the Red Bull Ring since Season 1, many of you may remember, in the Pro-Am. And back all them many moons ago, Race 1, or Qualified 1, should I say, was a 1:30.681. Well, 2 drivers would find themselves ahead of the Season 1 time in Pro-Am here. That is Mays Gamer and Rabbit Joe. Jamie Brazier set the qualifying pace of a 1:30.6, Dan. We're already 0.2 quicker than that, and let's not forget, back in Season 1 it was summer, it was middle of the day for Red Bull Ring, not this nighttime tricky conditions, so the times that these Pro-Am boys really started to pick up that pace, what would they have done in the middle of the day in the summer? I think they'd have smashed that 1:30.6.
I believe the lap record for a GT3 car is in the 1:28, so Yeah, you definitely find that. And also in Season 1, the cars were restricted. There was no downforce setups. We couldn't change nothing. So really, you were restricted to downforce only. And then again, that was limited as well to some cars. For example, the Lamborghini just has no front downforce.
Yeah.
So it's definitely, these guys are already improving even at night in the middle of autumn as well. But while we are talking about Red Bull, while we are talking about this circuit, as Welshie's coming through the final sector, shall we run a lap with Welshie here at the Red Bull Ring? Beautiful circuit. It used to be known as the A1 Ring and also has a history of Schumacher and Rubens Barrichello making an interesting change of positions. But you go up into turn 1, be careful not to clip the yellow curb, and you can run it out wide. The game will allow you to run it wide, but here we're making sure we're staying strict on track limits. And you've got this weird straight that's kind of curved but not straight as such, and it's still flat out all the way through. And then uphill into the heavy braking zone, breaking that 100-meter board. You can take this corner wide and still gain time and get a better exit, but you can take it tight there. Whilst you're getting really tight, the car becomes light and easy to drive off and lose traction, and he pulls away relatively easy. And then down the back straight, long straight here, where Kimi Räikkönen and Fernando Alonso nearly rolled cars, and then into a downhill braking zone. You can take a late apex and go in tight, or you can run it out wide. But as you see there, Welshie just touching the curb and a little bit unsettled where Lewis and Albon hit each other. And then into the tricky middle sector as he turns into the left-hander. That curb can snap the car and make it unsettled as it does so. Run out wide onto the curb and use as much track as you can to then set yourself up into this left-hander, into the next right-hander, which really isn't a corner. If you run the curb too much, the car can feel a bit light. As you then come over up the hill and over the crest and into the final few corners, into the ultimate corner. Very fast right-hander. You can take more speed than you think, but you can overshoot it and make a mistake. Stay within track limits. Final braking zone. Get it stopped straight. Hit into the apex. Run it out wide. Welshie taking a little bit too much track limits. Down the main straight. And there you go. That is a lap here of the Austrian Red Bull Ring. And Welshie goes cross line and is 9/10 off his best.
Yeah, 9/10 off his best. And speaking of that Schumacher Barrichello incident, remember that one very, very well. I remember the crowd booing back in the day as well. Ukbart just gone purple middle sector. Now, what I was noticing down while he was taking us through that lap there is, don't know, mate, it's gone up into P7 and actually gone a quicker as Ukbart goes ahead of Argent and into P3. The top three separated by 0.3 of a second. Kelly 7/10 back. But don't know, mate, got into the middle of Smokey Devil and Kelly and Welshie and Nicky then. He's up into 7th place. So what was looking like he was not getting the times in early on, then went quicker than DJ Phil. He's now found himself mid-pack. So don't know, mate. Keep an eye on his progression through the evening then. As Ukbal, what can he do tonight? Here comes Smokey Devil then. He's got a Renault behind him that's nearly done as well. That would be Kelly or Nicky, because they're both still out there on track. It's Nicky. Smokey Devil doesn't improve. And Nicky goes up to 7th head. I don't know, mate, then. Kelly the final man to improve, meaning that DJ Phil must be the man at the final corner. Indeed he is. And can he find the second that he's losing out to Alfie? And Alfie down in 12th. Quite disappointing. That is DJ Phil. Looks like he's going a bit slow there. Yeah. Is he getting a practice starting, I wonder?
A bit of a cheeky way to do a practice start, but nonetheless, we'll let it slide. But definitely if Kelly was coming on a lap, here comes Kelly now. DJ Phil launches away, so yeah, a little bit of a practice start. But there you go, that is practice over. And it's Rabbit Joe who leads the way at this precise minute, but only by the slightest of margins.
0.3 separated the top 4 drivers then in this one, and Kelly improved at the end to go 0.6 off the pole, and even Smokey Devil and Nicky and 0.9 off that quickest time. Then a bit of a gap back to Don't Know Mate, who improved to P8 at the end of that one. But it's qualifying that counts here, and it's qualifying that means everything. Now I'm going to run you down some qualifying stats because we've got the stats for qualifying. I'm keeping an eye on the weather, by the way, and I tell you what, there is some rain around for race 2. This one could be a bit juicy. Going into qualifying then, the person with the most pole positions, that'd be Maze Gamer. He's had 4 of them this season. 3 in Q1, 1 in Q2. The best average qualifier is Maze Gamer, P2. He averages in Q1. Then Argent, he's averaging a P5 with Rabbit Joe. Argent's averaging a P3 and Rabbit Joe averaging a P5, along with KLF averaging a P5 as well. Now, Kelly's average qualifying last season was quite short. It was quite, mid-pack, never really anything great. But it was his race performances. Nicky averages a P6. The worst average qualifier out there on the grid is actually Holty. He's had a 16th, a 13th and a 13th. He's averaging P14 at the minute. Smithy averages P13. And then you've got to look at Walshy, who averages... Walshy and Stelsloff average a P10-11. Don't know, mate, averages a P10. A lot of guys averaging a P8 and P9 at the moment, so it's interesting to see the contrast of the guys at the front are really averaging them front kind of qualifyings. The mid-pack is quite tight in who's averaging what at the minute. What I haven't done yet tonight is good evening to Rabbit Joe, Disco with Disco Face, JR Sim Racing, Audio Sport, our sponsor, Dean Wasaki, PN Motorsport Gaming, Smithy, Monkey Boy, Jamie Brazier, BT Targa, Fury's Grandad, and Peaceful Stepdad in the chat. There is 21 people watching, 14 like. Guys, don't forget to smash that thumbs up button. The pit window is lap 6.
Lap 6 here of Red Bull Ring. But one thing is we got to talk about here as we're at qualifying. Dean Wasaki dropping in. He's got to make sure he stays out the way because cars will become flying down that sector and Kelly will be the first one to berate him. But the thing that's important here, Matt, is you've got to be out straight away. We're here at the night. It's going to get darker. It's going to get cooler. Your best conditions are going to be at the start. So Maze Gamer will need to get out as quickly as he can because these conditions are just going to get colder. So your first lap has got to be a decent banker as Ukbar goes incredibly wide in turn 1 and he'll have to lift due to the fact that he has gone wide. And Dean will be the first man to set a lap time here. But after a little bit of damage to the front of that car as he exits the pits, I don't think he's going to get a good one in.
Oh, he's had
a little mistake.
Yeah, he's had a wiggle there. Now, Dan, this is the interesting thing with a 10-minute qualifying, isn't it? This is why it kind of got brought in. It makes qualifying so important for tracks like this.
Yeah, definitely so. And we know that the likes of Dean, who right now on this lap is struggling to get a lap time in, and he's hampered Kelly there because of that lap. So now Kelly has now been hampered by that lap, and we know the good conditions are here and now. So 10 minutes, those 10 minutes can go really quickly. And if you're running hard, like some drivers do, you've got to get them into temperature. And obviously here this evening we will not be running the hards whatsoever. If they are, they're absolutely mad. And I mean, I've been testing the hards all week, and I just can't get them to work. And I'm normally the guy running the hards, but they're definitely not working here, and I've tried everything to get the Porsche to do it, and it's not allowing it. So everyone should be on the soft tyres, or possibly the wets later on. But you've got to get these banker laps in, as Kelly will now be the first one to set a lap time, as Dean made a mistake in the earlier part of the session. So Kelly will set the benchmark of a 131.9, and I know Ukbar was on the lap. Here he comes now. What can he do in this lap time? Well, she looks incredibly quick. Walshy goes into that second place position, but Ukbar lifting obviously to allow him to not take a fastest lap due to the fact that he did run wide in turn 1. Argent, one of the Mercedes, exiting the final corner with Alfie not too far behind him. What can these two produce in the Mercedes-Benz? And Argent crosses the line at 31-0. A brilliant banker there from here.
Yeah,
great. Definitely so.
Great banker lap from him. Dean's gone back to the pits. So that is Dean. We're already halfway through the session. Don't know, mates. Only just got out of the pits, and Dean's gone back to the pits. So this is what Dan was saying is. Dean's now wasted half a session, wasted his out lap, wasted his first lap. He's back into that pit lane. He's got to get out now. He's got 5.5 minutes. Yes, he's coming out the pits, but he's wasted all that time. Nicky, who we're on board now, is purple in that middle sector. So this seems like it's going to be a pretty good banker lap for me as well, as that is DJ Phil or Smokey Devil just behind him. As Nicky crosses the line and goes 30.9. We said Argent's was a good banker lap. Well, Smokey Devil's not done a bad job neither, but Nicky, great start to his qualifying. Dean coming out the pits. DJ Phil is now back in the pits, who's not done a time as well. And Maze only down in P8. Not the greatest banker lap for him to start with.
There you go. Rabbit Joe puts it on pole now. Nicky is now down to second. These guys are running out of time.
Kelly's purple middle sector. Sorry, Dan, Kelly's purple middle sector, and here he comes across the line, and is he going to put it on pole? He is by 2 tenths, but Kieran's purple sector 1. In fact, Maze has just gone purple sector 1, so Argent was on a better lap. He could still improve in this one, but what will he do? Welchie then goes up to 7th. Argent, where is he? Coming through the final sector. He's on a personal best, but Maze has beat his first sector time. And Argent here, can he improve to beat that time of KLF? He needs half a second. What's he going to get? Oh, he gets a bit more. That's a heck of a time from Argent. A heck of a lap.
Argent set the base mark. Alfie doesn't really improve. He finds a couple of tenths, but it's not enough Nicky and Smoky Devil will be the next cars to come along. This Renault is well suited for the middle sector, and whatever these boys have been doing, they've been saving their pace till the end, and Nicky is coming towards the final sector now. This is where the Renault will benefit. It has more grip, it's got more downforce, and it'll exit the final corner. Here comes Nicky to complete his second lap.
Mays has gone purple. Purple will see Nicky and Smoky Devil cross the line. That's Dean in the background as well. There's Mays then coming through the final corner. Nicky finds a couple of hundredths. What can Smoky Devil do? Nothing this time around. Dean Wasocki gets a lap on the board, but it's not great. Here comes Mays. He's on pole with a 29.6. He has absolutely stormed it in the beginning of this qualifying session.
Yeah,
that's going to be a tough one to beat, Dan.
That's going to be Arjun and Rabbit Joe chasing time now. That's going to be difficult for them. Kelly and Nicky are just going to try and do their best. They know they're going to be hampered here. It's a Mercedes kind of style circuit. They just got to score as much points as they possibly can. As we've got a couple of cars exiting the final few corners. What can Ukbar do? A bit of tow would actually help the Ginetta.
Oh, wow.
And he goes into 5th place and splits the Prolapse boys.
Yeah, splits them indeed. Good lap from him. Just looking at Alfie.
Goes 8.
Wow, good lap from Smithy there then. Alfie's on a personal best lap. Green sectors 1 and 2. Here he comes towards the final corner now with the SLS. Trying to use as much of the road as he can. Don't know, mate goes 10th, but I'm sure he's got more pace in that car. Here comes Alfie then on a flyer at the moment. Can he improve 1.1 seconds? But it's only good enough for 10th.
Yeah, some of these guys are now starting to run out of time. May's been in the pits. He needs to get out and get those tyres up to temperature. Smokey, the next car to come to the line. Matt, this qualifying session is heating up. Whatever we thought was happening in practice, it's been thrown out the window. Mays has set an absolute monster of a benchmark.
He set a stonker of a lap. That, whatever pace he was hiding in practice, that was impressive. Here comes Smoky Devil, then not on a better lap. Dean is though behind, and Dean then could do with a better lap to put himself up the leaderboard. No improvement for Smoky Devil. Here comes Dean. 11 seconds heat round. That's put him up to P8 and on the back of Smoky Devil by just over a second. What can he do? Don't know, mate. He's not found his best pace in this one yet either. And the session won't really, although the track's going to rubber in, the temperatures is going to get colder, so it's not really going to help you improve much round here. But just looking at the timing screens, Kelly finds 2 tenths. He's gone P3. Wow, what a lap from the Renault.
He's jumped the Rabbit Joe. He's got in front of himself of a Mercedes, and we know that car is better in the race. Here comes Ukbar. Has he found time? No, he hasn't. He's been caught up in traffic.
Welsh's on a better lap. Welsh, is that Welsh just crossed the line? He has done, yeah. And where's he gone? He stayed P10, but he improved.
Yeah, Rabbit Joe doesn't improve either. Nicky in the pits. I think he's done.
Oh, Dean.
Dean's dropped it and just trying to find the next man. Don't know, mate. Has crossed the line and improved his lap time. What can Argent do? He's currently on a lap time, but he's now chasing time. Maze Gamer's out once again. Can he get himself a little bit further ahead of his rivalry? This is a brilliant start to the night. As Smithy says in the comments, geez, 129. This is rapid from Maze Gamer. Argent, it's got everything to do, so's Rabbit Joe, but who's coming through the final sector? It's Smoky Devil.
Yeah, he was up in the first sector, no improvement in sector 2 though. Can he find some time in sector 3? Just needs a 10th and a half to get himself ahead of Nicky and to put another car ahead of the Renault who's in the pits. He finds 7 tenths and he's gone ahead of Ukbar and Nicky then. What a lap from him. Who else is out there improving? KLF was better in the second sector. Where's Kelly? Because he was quicker in the sector. Oh, he's pitting. Wow, okay.
He's pitting.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Kelly thinks he's done enough for third, but Argent's coming through the final sector. Argent will have one more lap once he crosses the line. Is this enough to take down Mays? No. He has one more chance. Who's next? Rabbit Joe's coming through the final sector. Who else is coming through the final? Ukbar is next.
Yeah, Don't Know Mate's on a better lap. 2 green sectors, 2 personal bests for Don't Know Mate as he's coming through sector 2. I imagine he's coming down the line. Welshie, no, he improves by a second, goes up to P8. Rabbit Joe, no improve. Oh, we've lost Smithy.
He's disconnected.
Hopefully we can get Smithy in. Oh, we've lost KLF. Oh, right, okay. Now this might be Dean Wasocki as well. And Dan. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. Well, we may have to rerun this qualifying session. We may have to rerun this session then, as not only has the co-commentator been disconnected, so has Smithy KLF and Dean Wasocki. I think, and Smoky Devil now. So yeah, we're definitely going to have to run this. So we're going to go to a very quick break. We'll be back in 2 minutes while we get things sorted. I'm going to make qualifying 5 minutes, and we're going to go just quickly because it kicked loads of drivers even at the end after you'd gone.
Yeah, fucking hell, man. That's mad. How's that suddenly just kicked everyone out?
I wonder if Maze glitched it out when he disconnected before we went live, before we started.
Possibly.
Just type on the YouTube to jump into the game chat a second. Hello, anybody there yet? Anybody there? Right, we're going to do a quick 5-minute qualifying because loads of people, yourself, Smokey, Dean, Smithy, everybody got disconnected and I can't remember where everybody qualified. So we're going to rerun just a short 5-minute quali because I just can't remember. I can't remember where them drivers had qualified. So. Yeah, just a 5-minute quali will be alright. A 5-minute quali shouldn't be no bother to get people, you know, gives them a chance. Poor old Smith. Chance for you to get pole again, but on your 50th race now. Yeah. Who else am I missing? Damn. So yeah, we're just going to run a 5-minute quali. And then that'll be because I've not changed it yet. I just set the lobby up to get everybody in. Cheers, Phil. 5 laps. Current date. Midnight for race 1. Heavy cloud. Mandatory pit stop, yes. Just to say there's rain on the way for race 2. I keep refreshing the weather. Yes, there is. Right, 13 people. Dan's in. Race director. Welsh is in. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 drivers. There should be 16 of us. Who are we missing? Maze Gamer. Mace Gamer's just joined. Who's the other one who's not in? Is Nicky in? Yeah. Alfie. DJ Phil. Yeah. Smoky Devil. Yeah. Argent's in. Dean's in. Oakbar. He's in. Welsh is in. Hi, fucking the Welshie. Bryn, Kelly, Smithy, Joe. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, Yeah, that's right, 13. Right, best luck, boys. Oh, that was crazy.
Woo!
Everybody just got fucking disconnected. That was mental.
So they wasn't happy that Mace was on pole.
I think they're just not happy with how quick he was.
So they all went on strike.
I don't know. No, I don't know. They just disconnected everybody, and then even after you'd gone, like, carried on kicking people.
Mate, you just have to do it again, mate. Stop moaning.
Why is he moaning at Discord?
He just said, why we're qualifying again.
Oh, all that excitement. Even more time to get excited. We are back. We are live back. Sorry about that. Apologies. It kicked half the grid. We are not sure why. We've had to reset it up on a normal lobby. We're 13 drivers back in. We are go for a 5-minute qualifying session. And Dan, we said that 10 minutes is important. 5 minutes is even more important now. This is going to get mayhem.
Do you know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of the early days of F1 when they had 1 lap and 1 lap only to go out and do it.
Yeah.
You know? This is literally going to be it. Well, she's really hanging in sideways. He's keen to get going. Rabbit Joe as well. So anyone who's made mistakes in the previous qualifying session, this is their chance. Rabbit Joe goes through. Matt, this is going to be mad. Everyone has to be on track. Literally everyone. Maze, Nikki, and Alfie are wasting their time. They need to get out on circuit while they can.
Yeah, well, she's sliding the car around to make sure that his first flying lap is his best flying lap with the looks of it. Get them tyres up to temp by chucking the car around, Welchie. That'll get him up to a good temperature straight away. Here comes Maze out the pits. Also, Nikki. No sign of Alfie moving yet, though. And this is like, you're right, Dan. 1 lap shootout in F1. That's about 1, maybe 2 lap shootout here at SimPlay Motorsport for the first qualifying of the night.
Yeah, possibly. And maybe these guys, what they're thinking is let the rest of the cars go. Let them put a bit of grip down on circuit. And maybe they had the clear air in front of them. But Rabbit Joe will be the first man to qualify. And this should be interesting. We will see how this goes. So, and a massive apology for the massive disconnection. It was the weirdest thing ever. Even I got disconnected. So, but we're back. We're racing. And Joe is going to be starting us off.
Joe starts us off, and then it's Welshie, and then it's Kelly in the background. And you have to feel that maybe Joe Welshie and Kelly might get the best of this because they might just get that extra chance at the end of this qualifying session. As I say that, Welshie's back in the pits. Oh, well,
I heard the Lamborghini.
Yeah.
I heard the Lamborghini's anger as it exits the first corner. Dean is hanging it a little bit sideways in the background as well. We also got Smithy. Smithy, this is a great opportunity to get a good lap in. He was one of them earlier people who get a good lap time in earlier on, so he'll be a good chance for him. Nicky's weaving that car, giving as much temperature as he possibly can.
And look at that. Yeah, I'll just set a lap time. Not quite sure why he set a lap time, but look at that, 1:42.6. But at the minute, Argent's provisional pole with 2 minutes 25 remaining.
I know what that is. When you go out on track and then you jump back into the pits, if you cross the beacon, then it registers you have done a lap. So Arden apparently has done a lap, and he's now gone and set the pace. Yeah, he's absolutely flying. I'm sure he's got more time in him than that, but it will be Rabbit Joe to set the first lap time. No purple sectors from anybody here at the moment. They are all green as I look through my phone. Everybody setting green sector 1s, green sector 2s. The only man who didn't was Welchie, and that's because he went back to the pits, but I'm sure when he gets after his outlap again, Welchie's got one shot at this. Alfie's not moved, so Alfie looks like he could be starting P13 in this one at the minute. But here comes Rabbit Joe then to set the first proper qualifying lap of qualifying. What's his pace going to be? Oh, it's a good banker. Oh, it's a good banker lap. And he'll get another run. Yeah, he should. Everyone should get at least 2 runs at this. Kelly crosses the line. He goes second. I'm not sure who was next.
I think Dean was just behind. I think Dean was just behind Kelly. Dean's gone into P3 with a 32.3. Who's the car behind Dean? Smithy then. What can Smithy do? He's gone on with a 33.4. So Kieran slowly is 42.6. Doesn't look as impressive anymore. Don't know, mate. Crosses the line of 32.9. Not bad from him. There's Ukbar, who goes into P6. Argent goes up to the top of the standings with a 30.1.
Wow.
And Maze Gamer, how's your nerve now? Because you've got 1 minute 2 to set a stonker again.
Yeah, he's got to pull it out of the bag now. Maze will know he sees that lap time. He will be wanting to hunt that down. Maze next in the final few corners now. He will get a slight toe off the car in front of either DJ Phil or Smoky Devil. I think that's DJ Phil. DJ Phil crossing the line. He will set a lap time. Maze, what does he do?
Whoa!
He gets pole position.
Whoa! 1 lap! His first out lap. What has Maze done there? That is quicker than the last qualifying session. Holy smokes, Maze has blew them out of the water. That is impressive. Argent now, you've got to find 7/10 from somewhere. Nicky then on his first flying lap. What can Nicky do? Welshie as well. They should get 1 more lap in between them. Can't quite see who that is behind. I think that's Rabbit Joe about to set a second lap. Here comes Nicky. Goes P5. Fifth. Rabbit Joe improves, but not enough to take second away from his teammate. Now the time's ticking down. I think it's Dean. No, it's not Dean next. Can't remember who was next. It's Kelly next. Kelly crosses the line. He improves to 4th. Dean then will be the first of the finishers. Last lap for Dean. He improves to P6. Smithy then behind. He's currently down in 9th. Can he find any more time to improve on his final run? No, stays P9. Don't know, mate. Can he improve on P8? No, he improved, but not enough. Ukbar then, he crosses the line. Ukbar's 4th. Argent's only 2nd. He gained time. Argent's in the 29s, but not enough. There goes Smoky Devil or DJ Phil. Phil, it might have been. Who's next to cross the line? Someone's crossing the line at the minute. Can't see who that is. That's Welshie. He goes 10th. So that's not enough for Welshie.
And Maze is pitted. Maze is done. So there's only 2 cars left. Maze has got a penalty.
Oh no, he sped in the pit lane. Argent's going to get a pole position. And Argent's done this twice. And it's put him 2nd on the grid. But not anymore. This will put Argent on the front row.
It's just the prolapse boys left, and they let their tyres get more temperature in them, so they might have put their best laps in till very, very last. Nicky, this is his last chance to jump against Smokey and Ukbar. Can he do anything? Nicky, team prolapse, team leader, birthday boy a couple of days ago. What can he do? 7th row now? He goes 6th.
Go 6th. Good lap from Nicky.
Kelly, final last man to do a lap time here. Such a shame for some of the drivers who lost out, but Maze will lose pole position. But Kelly, what can he do?
He stays P5 with that one. He stays in 5th place, and it will be Argent then who gets that first pole of the season. Maze Gamer after that will get 2nd place and keeps his average of P2. But Argent will be the man on pole after he's done it 2 times himself. He will be rejoiced the fact that he gets pole position. And for Kelly, he stays P5. So it's Maze from Argent, Rabbit Joe Ukbar, Kelly, Nicky Smoky Devil, Dean Wasocki, Don't Know Mate, Welshie, Smithy, DJ Phil, and Alfie not setting a time at the end. What a qualifying, hey? 5-minute qualies? There's a thing for the future, hey? Oh, that was intense.
Suggestions of the way we can spice things up, and maybe a 5-minute qualifying session is what we need. Maybe that's what we need. To stick to the 20-minute qualifying session, and then have a 20-minute practice session, and then go for a full quali for 5 minutes. That would be very interesting, especially on wet conditions and stuff like that.
Oh, that would be interesting.
Let's take you a run through the grid here for race 1 with a controversial qualifying. It is Argent who is on pole position after Maze sped in the pit lane. Maze will then start alongside him in 2nd place. Rabbit Joe on 3rd. It's an all Mercedes front row and 3rd place position. Ukbar in the Ginetta. What a lap time from him. He benefited from the short qualifying and goes to 4. Kelly in 5th place position with Nicky right beside him for the 3rd row. Smoky Devil in 7th place with Dean Wasocki in 8th. That's your 4th row. 5th row will go the way of Don't Know Mate and Welshie. Then the 6th row of the grid is Smithy with DJ Phil, and then Alfie rounds off the grid as well. Some drivers who benefited from that, some others who didn't, and I believe Alfie is one of them who did not benefit from that whatsoever.
No, Alfie did not qualify there, and I think he was going to start just ahead of DJ Phil, maybe even a couple of others. I think Welshie's lost out massively there as well, but we can't look back at the qualifying. Unfortunately, that's the way it went. Kieran in the chat, Maze felt sorry for me giving him 2 poles, so return the favour he has. Evening Fury as well, and Maze Gamer, Great qualifying, says Peaceful Stepdad. Smithy saying good luck all. And good luck to you, Smithy, on what is your 50th start here at SimPlay. Let's just take a look at the appearances, actually. Anybody else nearing that mark? Keegs got it the other night. Alfie is 6 starts away from his 50th as well, so he could be a man to keep an eye on later this season to get his 50th start. We look like we're ready to go then. We're all synced up. The lights are all on of every driver. The revs are starting to rise now. 3 red lights. It's go, go, go here at the Red Bull Ring. And look at that start from Dean Wysocki. Got a bit too slidey though, so he's been bogged down. Mays, Joe, Argent, 3 abreast into turn 1. Mays up the inside, and Argent and Joe let him have it. And Argent having to go the longer, wider way around at turn 1. Think we may see a few track limits for these first couple of corners based off of the fact that the drivers need to get themselves the space to get through. Argent, Mays and Joe all with each other. The Prolapse boys are side by side just behind this, but Joe will sit and wait. Will he go up the inside of his teammate? He's thinking about it, and I think he has done. Smithy, what a start! He's up to 6th! Argent's round!
Argent's gone dropping back. Argent's facing the wrong way. Argent's had a mistake and he's dropped to the back. Who's with him? Ukbar has just not got away. Ukbar didn't even pull away from the start.
Yeah,
he's got major damage to the front of that car.
Wow, he's got no lights. Ukbar then could pit at the end of lap 1. But Argent, after qualifying on pole, he's binned it at turn 2. He's round already. Mays, Kelly up to 2nd. They've got ahead of Rabbit Joe.
Oh, look at Don't Know, mate. He tries to send one on the inside of Welsh and he makes
contact. He's kept it sideways. How he's managed to keep on that, I don't know. Well, I tell you what, Don't Know, mate. They're great skills to keep it up the inside, but they did definitely touch, and Welshie lost out massively as here goes Argent on Dean, Dan.
Yeah, Argent's now got to recover. He's got to try and make places and hope that the pit window will fit in his favour. Lap 6 is when these guys will start pitting. Kelly's gone really wide into the final corner, but Mays, after lap 1, leads this race, and he will now start to pull away in first. Kelly in 2nd, Rabbit Joe in 3rd, Nicky in 4th, Smithy with an absolute stonker of a start in 5th place, with Alfie in 6th. Another great start from him. DJ Phil in 7th. Argent on his way. He's now up into 7th place, passing DJ Phil. Dean Wysocki in 9th. 10th goes to the way of Welshing. Smokey in 11th. 12 goes to Don't Know May. He's had an issue somewhere, and Ukbar comes into the pits after taking severe damage. Got to find out what happened. And he gets a pit lane penalty as well.
He's spared in the pit lane as well, so it's not gone Ukbar's way at the minute. He hasn't had the luck, but Mace Gamer, well, how lucky has he been with the fact that Joe and Kieran have dropped down places. Kieran's dropped well down. He's lost out massively, and now the Prolapse boys again hunting for another podium. You see Smithy there. He's up to 5th place. He's got Alfie looking on the back of him. As the emo guy asking how many races he had, that was 43. Watching on the big screen, make it as good as last week's, please, lads. And PN Motorsport, Evil Scotsman, bearing in mind the game works on PS5, that'd be years away. Yep. I don't think Emo's able to race. Evil Scotsman's able to race on PS5 as Nicky's round in the background. Just as we was on about that, Nicky, and he's hit the wall hard. And did he tap the rear of Joe? I'm going to have to see the replay here. No, all on his own, he lost it.
Nicky is going to lose big places, and at this minute, the man who's on his 50th appearance is nearly on the podium.
Yeah, he is. He is. He's really on fire at Smithy at the moment. Nicky lost to 1 place after all of that. Argent's back up to 6th. What a drive from Argent at the minute.
Yeah, he's definitely coming back. He's got the pace to catch the leaders. And if he gets in early as well, gets his pit stop done and out of the way, he should be able to jump the others and try and catch Mays as quickly as he can if they have any issues. Rabbit Joe is hunting down Kelly right now and trying to find a...
Oh, Kelly's gone! Kelly's dropped it on his own out to turn 1. Just I was about to say, Gary, Smithy for the podium. Smithy's on the podium! 50th appearance. Go on, the Smith!
Come on, Smithy. Every Porsche driver right now is willing you on. The only Porsche driver here, Gary. You just got to feel that inner Gary drive, that 2-time champ. Just, you can feel it in the car underneath you. Just let it happen, buddy. Come on, you can do this.
Smithy then has Nicky and Argent. Argent now a bit squirrely out of turn 2, and that's allowed Kelly to have a little run and have a look to the outside. Argent's going to squeeze him there, but Kelly right in that slipstream of the Mercedes, better on the brakes as they head to turn 3. He has a look now. Argent goes defensive. Kelly looks once more, can't get it done, and oh, did he just touch the rear of Argent as it unsettled the front end, and a flash of the lights from Kelly there. Oh, I don't know, Kelly. Yes, Smithy, lads, says Sutty in the chat. There then is Smokey Devil and Dean. Here is DJ Phil and Welshie. This is for P11 and 12. Welshie into P11.
I believe every single person in the comments right now is behind Smithy, and I'm going to stay the well away from him just to make sure we don't curse him. But come on, Smithy, 50th appearance. Let's see you on that podium, buddy. But don't know, mate. He's trying to hunt down Dean Wasaki right now. Welshie has cleared down DJ Phil, who goes a little bit adrift in there. I sadly have to look at Smithy because he's being hunted down by Nicky right now.
He's not, because Nicky again, the Renault looks very unstable here, and they're just dropping it on their own. Nicky's going to lose a few more places here, and behind Argent, behind his teammate, behind Smoky Devil, Don't Know Mate, and Dean, and Don't Know Mate got Dean out the final corner. A little personal rivalry there between them two, and Don't Know Mate finds himself back into 7th. What is going on with this Renault, Dan? They're dropping like flies.
What has happened in the last week? They were dominating at Donington Park. Here, they're getting their butts kicked by everything else.
Argent just on the grass there, and Argent looks very, very unstable, especially through this part of the track. Dean then on the back of Don't Know Mate, trying to look back at Don't Know Mate. Can he get that one done? No, a bit too far back maybe. You hear that Audi really slow. I thought he'd lost it for a minute, but it just seemed to slow right down, steady as he came out the corner. Joe, half a second quicker than Mays, but look at Dean then, having a look back up the inside of Don't Know Mate. They've got plenty of room there side by side as they come towards turn 3. Who will get the better of it? Dean up the inside. Don't Know Mate looking for that undercut. Gets it done. Oh. They touch doors a little bit there. Now, watch Dean on the replay. I think Dean was losing his car here. Oh, yeah, he looks very slidey. Well. Yeah, Alfie's dropped it. I think you watch the replay back then. If you've got the replay with you, I think Dean was losing the rear of that, and that's what caught Don't Know Mate out there.
Possibly did, but either way, Dean was already dropping it, and Don't Know Mate looked for the opportunity, went for the cutback.
Good
now
move.
Nicky, who's that? Don't
Know Mate's dropped it, and that's allowed Nicky and Dean back through. So just as he gets in the lead, just as he gets in front of Dean, it's back as it was. Argent and KLF are still fighting. Rabbit Joe was half second quicker than Mays Gamer a minute ago. He's just lost 2 more attempts to Mays, but this battle could go on all right. And we're on to lap 5 of 20, 15 to go. Pit window opens next lap. There's only been Ukbar who's had to use the pit window. So far, so good for the top 3.
Yeah, and I believe Ukbar will get away with that. Nicky's dropped it again.
Look at Welshie. Yeah, that's Dean as well, as Dean dropped it with him. Oh, Nicky's just hit Dean round.
Oh no!
No! Teammates have hit each other. Oh, when it rains, Dan, it pours.
Yeah, definitely so. And like I said, what has happened to Nicky within a week? He's lost out massively. The only thing that's going to help Smithy right now is that Kelly is giving Argent a hard time, but Argent will have to try and clear Smithy as quickly as he possibly can. Smithy, if you're listening, mate, make that Porsche as wide as you possibly can. Make sure that it takes Argent a while to get past. And yeah, I'm rooting for you, buddy, in the Porsche. I'm rooting for you.
Yeah, Smithy driving a great race. I'm so glad that the admins allowed Smithy to get back in that Porsche because he's looked brilliant. Although, look at the run Argent's got off him out the chicane. And Argent having a huge look here. Kelly looks too far back to have a go. That's on board. And Smithy tucks into the apex. Nicely done there. And Argent, you just hear on the throttle, has to be so patient. Look at how Smithy can gain on Argent through the corners. This is where it could all make the difference down the straight.
Yeah, definitely so. Smithy just seems to have better grip. He moves to one side. And I think that's either defending. No, he's letting Kelly through. So Smithy's thinking the long game. He's taking it lap by lap. So if these guys drop it again, he's going to be in the driver's seat as such. So he's going to gain from that. Smoky Devil in the background going very wide and catching these out. Don't Know Mate's being hunted down by Welshie as well. But your leader, Maze Gamer, it leads the way at the minute, but Rabbit Joe is still in sight of him, so if Maze makes a mistake, Rabbit Joe is there to pounce.
Joe quicker than him as well. These two are trading lap times, a couple of tenths each time at the moment for Rabbit Joe and for Maze Gamer out front, as Don't Know Mate, there he is, P9, ahead of Alfie. Welshie on a bit of a comeback drive as well. He's ahead of Nicky.
Oh, Don't Know Mate just dropped it in turn 1, so that's allowed Welshie and Nicky back through. That's why I've said back to him. So, yeah, that's what's happened there. Arjun's still under pressure. Smithy is sticking with these guys.
He is.
They're lapping quicker than him, but Smithy's just keeping it consistent. He's not making any silly errors. He's just staying there when he needs to be.
Disco in the chat saying, yeah, Dean was spinning, so that does confirm that maybe it wasn't Bryn's fault. Maybe Dean was losing it and Bryn actually kept him straight. A lot of cars tonight, though, Dan, just dropping it on their own. And we've seen this in Pro-Am recent weeks. It's not been the Pro-Am of Demolition Derby, if you will. It's been Pro-Am drivers dropping it more than none. And we've seen the Renaults really unstable tonight. Argent is really under pressure from...
Look at Rabbit Joe's pace.
Yeah.
He's still lapping half a second quicker than Mays.
Did Mays have a problem? He's had a mistake out of turn 1, and Joe's within a second and a half of him now. This could be brilliant. Mays Gamer then really struggling. Is the grip just not there with the heavy cloud? Kelly doing well to stay with Argent, and if these two tangle, well, look at Smithy and Smoky Devil in the background. Smoky Devil just trying to catch on Smithy. Tell you what, Smithy said before the race, if I can get, text me personally, sorry, if I can get a top 12, I'll be happy with that. He's looking at a top 6 at the moment because he is flying out there. Nicky, the first man in the pit window to pit.
Yeah, Nicky getting his pit stop done out of the way. Here comes Smoky Devil. He looks down the inside. Smithy not really fighting it too hard. He's giving him the space. But Smithy knows he's in a great spot for points here. It'll really benefit him if he just sits in his points position. He's looking very comfortable. He's not over pushing that car. And he's just allowing the car to come to him.
He's got Smoky Devil back done as he did. No, Smoky...
Ooh, things got a little bit tight there, but Smoky does get the job done.
Yeah, Ukbar then, where is he on track? Can he get back? Can he get ahead of Alfie or DJ Phil in this one? Potentially, you know, because Alfie's only just away and Phil's not going yet. There is Ukbar, but he's got to make sure that he finishes 10 seconds up the road from these two because he's got that 10-second time penalty to his name. At the minute then, Mays' gap is down to a second, Dan, and Joe is catching Mays. He's really starting to reel them in. Argent still got Kelly for company there, and Smoky Devil still with Smithy. Welch, he's kind of in no man's land. Don't know, mate's way behind him, but he's way behind Smithy himself to catch him. So at the minute, the two leaders, 3rd and 4th, are together, and 5th and 6th are together. As look at the different line that Kelly took to Argent there. Did Kelly make a little mistake on entry to the final corner?
He's been sitting behind Argent within like half a second to him, and yeah, he's lost a bit of time there. So Kelly not able to quite get onto the back of Argent that time, but I think the Renaults eventually will come back to him as the times will start to, the tyres start to fade on the Mercedes. This is going to be interesting now. Traffic is going to affect. Remember, like I said, this circuit's quite short, so these guys are going to catch traffic relatively quickly. And now Mays has got to think about cars in front of him.
Oh, look how twitchy that Mercedes was there, Dan, under the braking as you were saying that. Mays very twitchy, and you're right. Traffic, a huge factor because the traffic doesn't have to move. And Joey's now within 9/10 of a second of Mays Gamer. Has Mays burnt his tyres out by having a few slides or something? Because that Mercedes looks very, very twitchy, very unstable. And Joey's now within half a second. Joe has really gained some time here. Mays all over the place at the moment, Dan, as we go on board Rabbit Joe's bonnet cam. Look at the different lines that they're taking. I think Mays is struggling tyre wear out here. Mays then really struggling as he goes along into the brakes, penultimate corner. Joe a bit wider than Mays. Mays sticking with that track limits, keeping the two wheels on the curb, and that looked better there as Joe gives him a bit of a flash of the lights there. I don't know, I just thought that middle sector Mays looked very, very twitchy.
Yeah, Joe must be thinking he has got more pace than Rabbit Joe right now as Kelly comes into the pits. Now, I'll be interested to know how this pans out. Yeah. So I'm going to stick with Kelly for a minute so we can figure out roughly a pit window time. So Kelly came in, it was about...
Oh, he's got a time penalty! He's got a time penalty!
No. Kelly's speeding in the pit lane, the last thing he needed. Things for Team Pro Laps are just getting worse and worse. Rabbit Joe, what's happening here? Mays and Rabbit Joe are very, very close. They're within 1/10 of each other.
Yeah,
Joe's got to run.
I thought Joe had a nose up the inside there, but he hasn't. Mays comes across to defend that one. Joe's then looking down towards turn 3, and Mays comes back across to take his line. But look at that Mercedes, very slidey, and Joe tries to avoid him. They just touch a little bit. That straightens Mays up, but Joe leads this race here.
Yeah, Kelly's now come out the pits, and that's roughly about, what's that gap? It's about 20 seconds, I would say.
Yeah, 20 to 25 seconds.
So that's the gap we're looking at. So if Mays and Rabbit Joe wants to pit at 25 seconds, we'd get them behind Smithy, currently in 5th place position. And Smithy doing a hell of a job right now But Rabbit Joe now leads this race. Who comes into the pit at this stage?
One thing as well, Dan, with Kelly having that penalty, if Smithy gets a good pit stop here, that could really hurt Kelly at the end of this race with that 10-second penalty in terms of losing out to Smithy, Smoky Devil, and maybe really Welshie, depending on the pace of them 3 cars. But Mays, he's just losing time here. He's losing time. He's lost track position for that lead. That Mercedes-Benz is all over the place. You've got 2 Mercedes in front here. The SLS of Alfie that's had a mistake at turn 1, and the AMG of DJ Phil just behind him. That's for 12th and 13th place. But the leaders, 0.6 of a second separate them, and Mays is really struggling, Dan.
Yeah, the 2 drivers that we thought were going to be quickest here, Mays and Argent, just don't seem to be in the zone. Rabbit Joe has got the race pace. He's got the consistency under his belt at the minute. He's looked like the stronger driver out of the 3. He hasn't been the quickest, but he's been the more consistent.
Yeah.
And now they've got to get this lap traffic. They don't have to get out the way, but it's going to be difficult as Rabbit Joe gets really close to the back of DJ Phil, and it might have distracted him a little bit. DJ Phil there just taking his normal line, and Rabbit Joe does clear him. Mays want to clear him just as quickly as well. As Mays is looking to the outside, DJ Phil breaking lanes.
Yeah, that's made Mays have to go a little wider coming round turn 4 then, as he's a very slidey through there. Phil's lost the rear as Don't Know Mate is coming to the pits at the end of lap 9 for him. But like you say, that just put Mays a bit wide into turn 4 and just lost a 10th or 2 to Rabbit Joe there. So this is interesting. Don't Know Mate's lost out to Nicky. Ukbar with that early pit stop has that time penalty as well. I reckon Don't Know Mate, who's still in the pits at the moment. They come to Alfie now. Alfie just giving Joe the space. Oh, that's really played into the hands. Yeah, it's really played into the hands of Mays. Where's Joe? Where is Joe? Oh! Mays has just ploughed into the rear of Alfie. What was that?
I don't know if Alfie was trying to get out of that fight and didn't realise that Mays was behind him. So as he's lifted, Mays has just driven straight into the back of him.
Well, that was a bit crazy there. I'm sure the stewards will want to have a look at that one. That was crazy from Mays. Not sure what happened there, but we'll have to have a look back at that one then, as Joe and Mays have lost a lot of time to Arjun. And here goes Mays into turn 2, up the inside, the tighter line, like Dan says. It doesn't always work, can be a bit squirrely, but they're side by side as they come out. Smithy's into the pits at the end of lap 10, and here comes Mays Gamer on Rabbit Joe. This for the lead.
Mays is already in front.
Oh, he's done him, yeah, done him.
But Rabbit Joe has got the consistency. He has got the pace over Mays. Mays just driving a little bit more aggressively right now. So Mays has to just calm down a little bit if he wants to win this race. We're now past the halfway point. Smithy's in the pits. Where's it going to put him out? He's taken a while, so Dean Wasocki might be able to catch him. But obviously Dean's still yet to pit. Yeah,
Dean's yet to pit yet, so Smithy will come out behind Kelly.
Long gone.
He has long gone. That's a shame for... That's a shame for them, as Peaceful in the chat looks like Alfie lifted there, he's saying. So that'll be an interesting one to watch. Don't Know Mate got jumped by Alfie in the pits as well. So Don't Know Mate having a long pit stop too. Well, she's up to 5th though at the minute. Smoky Devil here, just clawing a bit of time to Argent, I feel. That gap's down to 4 seconds, but this for the lead, 4/10 still. It is Mays Gamer who's got the job done on Joe so far. Lap 12 of 20 we start. And what are these boys going to do then into turn 1? Look at Mays. He is so twitchy on the rear of that car.
That's kind of Mays' style, though. He likes the car to be a little bit loose as Argent's into the pits. He's managed not to get a penalty, but Mays likes the car to be a lot looser than normal. But Argent is now in the pits getting his pit stop done out of the way. But Joe is just being patient. He's...
Oh, he's tapped him. I think Joe's tapped him. Joe sat patiently and waited for Mays to recover. I think Joe gave him a bit of a tap up the rear there, Dan.
I think Mays was already dropping it, though. But this is going to benefit Argent.
Yeah.
This is going to benefit him massively. Welshie's in as well now. Can Welshie jump Smithy and all that lot? Can he jump them? But... These two squabbling like this and making little errors is going to benefit Argent, and Argent was round after lap 1.
Yeah, Argent was round after that one. What a comeback drive for Argent. This will be if he gets himself on the podium. Mays looking very twitchy, and Rabbit Joe at the minute trying to get past. Did the right thing by stopping. That was very nicely done. We've seen that before, but maybe Joe should have carried on his way. We've seen drivers not be as aggressive in the past, as Dean comes into the pits now as well at the end of lap 10. That's allowed Ukbar through from Dean there. There's Ukbar up into 9th, and And don't forget, every driver that he finishes 10 seconds in front of, he will get that place done on them. Where's Alfie and Don't Know Mate then in terms of their battle with Dean? Don't Know Mate on the back of Alfie. Dean, I think, is away from the pit, so a good stop for Dean, that looks like, as the two leaders come in then at the end of lap 11. I think Alfie and Don't Know Mate should get Dean Wysocki and all of that.
Yeah, there's Dean leaving the pits.
Yeah, they're up. Oh! Don't Know Mate gives Alfie a big whack up the rear. That's 2 for Alfie now.
Wow. He gets a big smack in the rear. Maze is into his pit box. So is Rapid Joe. Who's going to be the greatest? Joe's gone.
Wow.
Joe jumped him.
Great stop from Joe. Great pit stop. Maze is still not away, and that's going to hurt him even more because Argent is going to be so close to Maze as they come through. Maze off the limiter. Yeah, but don't forget, the gap was 12 seconds before Argent pitted. I think that's closer than 12 seconds.
It is definitely closer, but he will be up to speed now. But this is going to be interesting. Look at this. Smithy, Welshie, Nicky, and Ugbar. All these guys. Smithy having the drive of his season so far for his 50th appearance, and he's got 3 cars breathing down his neck.
He has indeed, and all these guys have pitted. Welshie well over the track limits there. But what a stop from Joe compared to Maze Gamer. You look at Maze. Kelly's jumped Argent. Sorry, Dan, we've missed all of this. I know Kelly's got the 10-second penalty, but Kelly, with the undercut, has jumped Argent by a couple of seconds.
Wow. Oh, Welshie down the inside.
Oh, no. Ugbar just catches the back of him. Did Smithy manage to keep it going? No. He's lost out to Nicky. Was that a bit too optimistic from Welshie? The Scottish shove in play there. But I tell you what, poor old Smithy's lost out to Nicky then. Ugbar had to go very wide. I think he did clip the back of Ugbar. That is Alfie. No, that's Dean ahead of Don't Know Mate, as Alfie then has dropped way back behind these two. And, we saw what happened between Anasalas and Don't Know Mate will get through as Dean's lost it at Turn 1. Smokey Devil in at the end of lap 12.
Yeah, definitely. So and now we've got Smithy trying to hunt down Nicky back after his little mistake. Rabbit Joe, though, is in control of this race. He has a bit of a breathing space between him and Maze. Maze can't afford to make a mistake now, because if he does so, the likes of Kelly and Arjun can hunt him down and probably get in between him. Kelly, if he hadn't had that 10-second penalty, he would be looking so good for a podium right now, but it's going to get taken away from him.
Good stop.
Anything can still happen.
Good stop, Smokey Devil. He's going to come out P5 then before Nicky gets round and take that one away from him. So that looks good points for Smokey Devil there. Indeed. So it's Joe from Maze, 2.8 seconds. That's just gone up to 3.5 seconds. Has Maze had a mistake somewhere? Because that went from 2.8 to 3.5 very, very quickly then. I wonder if Maze had a bit of a wiggle on. But that gap from Maze to Argent is 9 seconds. And once again, these guys are coming onto the back of some traffic, and I believe that's the traffic of Dean Wysocki and DJ Phil.
Possibly so, and it is, yeah. And just so we know of the running order, Ugbar has now caught up to this little fight between Smithy, Nicky. So Ugbar is bringing that down. But your running order at the minute is Rabbit Joe, who leads the way on lap 14 with Maze Gamer in second place. Kelly currently in that third place position, but has got a 10-second penalty. So Argent and Smokey Devil should benefit from that. Fourth and fifth place. Nicky currently in sixth with Smithy breathing down his neck, with Ugbar in 8th place position as well. He's got a 10-second penalty. Quite a decent gap back to Welshie, so he should be alright for points if he can extend that gap from Welshie in 9th place position. 10th place goes the way of Alfie. 11th is Don't Know Mate. DJ Phil in 12th place, and bringing up the rear is Dean Wysocki. But the main fight at the minute is between Nicky, Smithy and Ugbar. Can Ugbar clear this Porsche and extend his gap on Welshie? Yeah,
as well, Ugbar's going to need to get past Smithy. If he gets past him, that puts daylight between him. Well, that puts a bit more daylight between himself and Welshie for that 10 seconds, as he has a look now. And Smithy able to keep in front on this corner, but a bit wider with Smithy, so he's a bit slower through it. Ugbar may have a look then out the chicane and down towards the penultimate. No, not close enough. If Ugbar can pass Smithy with enough laps here, can Ugbar get himself 10 seconds up the road from Smithy? Smithy's ran a great race here. Bar that one incident with Welshie, I've not seen Smithy put a foot wrong. He's been fantastic. Joe lost about half a second to Maze Gamer on that last lap, but 3.1 seconds, just dropped to 2.7 is the gap. Does Joe have enough of a buffer to keep that lead at the moment? Here comes Ugbar on Smithy, and you see that Porsche through the corners, Dan. Smithy's got that Porsche looking nice.
Yeah, he's definitely got a nice downforce there. In a straight line, he's not as quick as the others. Ukbar seems to have a little bit less downforce. The Ginetta can run a lot more downforce due to the fact that it's quite a high downforce car.
Yeah.
Hasn't got the grunt that the Porsche has, so he's not able to send one down the inside. But he's going to have a look anyway, and Smithy's going to have to see it coming. But sadly, Ukbar is not able to get alongside.
Just at a moment. Yeah, and that'll give Smithy a bit of breathing space. Oh, what's happened here? Whoa, who's that?
DJ Phil, Dean, and Don't Know Mate, and
Dean's retired. Yeah, Dean's retired. Don't Know Mate looks like he's going to come back into the pits. But that, you've got to get to lap 15 to get to three-quarter distance. Dean is a lap short of that. Wow.
I'm not exactly sure what happened there.
No.
He turned to the camera and they've all just
disconnected.
into one another.
Disconnected as Dean there. So that is a first retirement of the season for Dean. You've got to get to three-quarter distance. Don't forget, if you retire before that, you retire from 5 races, that's minus 25 points in your season. And Dean there could have hung on for at least 3 points, but he's going to score nothing at the end of that one. And that's Dean's first retirement of the season.
That's such a shame for Dean. We're not sure exactly what happened. But if he's listening, make sure you get your saved replay or whatever you've saved footage so you're able to put it in. But that was mad. We come across and there's 3 cars off at the penultimate corner involving DJ Phil and Don't Know Mate. Don't Know Mate with severe damage on the rear. He is now having to pit once again. Such a shame for Don't Know Mate, Dean and DJ Phil minding their own battles, minding their own for the final few places, final few points, and they've all ended up in the wall.
Yeah, they was behind Don't Know Mate. DJ Phil was ahead of Dean. Dean was running last, just ahead of Rabbit Joe. And then all of a sudden, retirement. Peaceful saying should have kept going, Dean. Indeed, Dean should have. That's 3 points Dean has lost there, and won't get back this season on his first retirement. That may cause you to lose too much time per lap. Disco. Oh, they're having a bit of a debate about what downforce they're running on the chat I'm seeing. But currently, Ukbar trying to get on the back of Smithy once again. The gap to Welshie just over 10 seconds. Interesting enough to say that Ukbar has got enough to get that 8th place at the minute.
He has just got that enough, and after the bad luck of the race start and the other shenanigans that was going on for him, it would benefit him if he could just finish in this 8th place position.
Yeah.
He needs to clear Smithy probably to go a little bit faster, but I don't think Welshie has the pace to stick with Ukbar. When Ukbar's on a good clean lap, he can pull away. But yeah, it would be nice if Ukbar can just extend that gap just to be a little bit more comfortable. Yeah,
10.8 the gap to Welshie. Now, interesting here, Mays has started to bring the gap down to Joe. Lap 17 of 20 there on. I don't think he's got enough time at 2.1. He may need to hope that something happens. Argent, since Argent's pit stop, doesn't seem to have had the pace of anybody, does he? As Phil moves out the way, Phil might be carrying some damage here after that incident at the last corner. But Argent doesn't seem as quick since his pit stop. I don't know, he seemed a lot quicker before the stop than after. He's not caught Kelly, and I thought Argent, the pace he was showing early on in the race, would have caught Kelly and tried to get past Kelly by now, but he's lost out to the 2 leaders, whose gap is down to 1.5 seconds. So is Joe starting to struggle?
I don't know if it's just the fact that Argent had slower cars to clear, and he cleared them pretty quick. Now he's up with the quicker boys. It's now being more difficult to catch him. Kelly obviously lapping quite consistently in the low 32s, while Argent's in the high 31s, so he is faster, but he's not massively faster than Kelly.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, Argent will get that 3rd place position at this precise moment, but Kelly is just looking to try and extend his gap on Smoky Devil, which he's doing.
Yeah, he's got the gap to Smoky Devil. That is nearly 20 seconds back. So Kelly will only lose out to Argent in this race. Kelly needs to keep going flat out. Now, Argent has got a mistake in him, and that gap is nearly 2 seconds. So if Argent makes another mistake, what will he do there? As there's Don't Know Mate in between himself, Rabbit Joe, and Maze Gamer, should I say. Maze Gamer giving him a flash of lights to move out the way. Not really close enough yet is Maze, as I think Don't Know Mate pulled to one side there, but May still doesn't look close enough then, as Smithy has Ukbar on the back of him at the moment. And what's going to happen then? Ukbar, is he still within 10 seconds of Welshie? Yeah, I think he's 11 seconds now ahead of Welshie, so Welshie just needs to up that pace for this final couple of laps here. We're on lap 18, and May's game are 1.3 to Joe. This is getting interesting now as they have cleared Don't Know Mate, and through they go. May's gaining.
What Rabbit Joe is doing right now is just trying to stay consistent. He's not trying to pump in those fast lap times. He's just trying to get to the end. Mays, though, is trying to hunt him down lap for lap. and we know these two both have mistakes in them, and it could happen towards the end. This is your fight pretty much for the race win, and I think maybe for the rest of the evening, if Arjun can get himself together a little bit better in race 2. But yeah, these two are looking good to try and take this win, but who is it going to be? They got another car to clear of Alfie in front of them, so slowly, lap for lap, is going Joe's way. He's just doing enough.
He's just doing enough, managing to keep ahead. 4/10 Mays Gamer. Quarter Smithy looked deep at the turn 3 there, and has that allowed Ukbar through? Not on the timing screens yet. Nope, they're still side by side battling. Smithy's having a real fight tonight with Ukbar on this. Yeah, brilliant.
If I was Smithy, I'd just let him go. He knows he's got 10 seconds.
Yeah, stay within the 10 seconds. The leaders are on the penultimate lap. Smithy's having an elbows out real good fight, is Smithy here. He wants a bit of entertainment on his 50th appearance, so why not, Smithy? This will be teaching him a bit and helping him learn how to race drivers and how to maybe where to brake a bit earlier, a bit later to try and keep in front of him. Smithy doing a stellar job. Mays, though, 7/10 of a second with a lap and a half to go. Mays just bringing that gap down. Argent's getting closer to the back of KLF, as that is Smithy running a bit wide at the final corner. And will that allow the Janetta to have the run? It's just in front, but will it be in front by the end of the corner? Yeah, I think it will. I don't know. Smithy coming back at him there, look.
Yeah, just looking back to this fight, Smithy definitely did not get back in front of Ukbar.
No.
Ukbar's now finally cleared him. That's going to allow him to extend the gap a little bit more. We are coming on to the final lap, and the gap is down to 4/10. Alfie is now in the way of the leaders. He might need to get out of the way.
And let's not forget, Dan, what happened last time Mays had Alfie in front of him. A bit of a touch up the rear from Mays to Alfie. Whether we don't know what happened there. Alfie, though, quickly jigs to the right. He's not getting involved in this fight as Mays giving a flash of the lights to Alfie. Maybe also to try and distract Joe. 3/10 of a second onto the last lap into turn 1, like you say. Is Joe just being patient because Mays Gamer is giving it everything after Donington? Mays wants to get back on that winning ways. He wants to make sure that he gets past Rabbit Joe and gets his 5th win of the season. But Joe, he's looking for his 1st win here. And what's he going to do? He defends into turn 2. Mays going to try the outside. And I thought he was going at the camera angle there. Does not. Did Joe? I think Joe had a bit of a mistake. I was going to say Mays looked loose, but it looks like Joe's had a problem. Down the straight they come now. Down the hill towards turn 3. Joe's going to be up the inside of Mays. Mays trying to go the long way around. We've lost DJ Phil from this race. He will finish 12th. Joe's gone deep. Joe's gone deep, and Mays leads.
All Rabbit Joe had to do was just get his braking zone done and meet the apex. That's all he had to do. He had the corner, but he tried too much, and he's gone deep. Mays could still make a mistake, but Mays at this precise minute is about to win the first race of the night.
Joe has just ruined his chances of winning this race. His own mistake there. His own mistake of trying to outbrake Mays Gamer and get the jump on him into that final corner. It was his own doing that one of Rabbit Joe's, and that has cost him big. That is going to give Mays Gamer his 5th win of the season, and what a job from Mays. He's looked squirrely all night. He cannot qualify for race 2. Don't forget the top 6 cannot qualify because 13 started, but Mays is going to win this race. Rabbit Joe, well, he's going to have to look in the mirror and think about what he's just done there. Alfie crossed the line P10, so he scored some points in the end for AA 3D printing, 6 points in the end. Kieran looks like he's going to get Kelly done actually on the track. He does, so Kieran finishes in 3rd. Kelly will come across the line P4. That Renault's got some work to do in race 2 as well. Smoky Devil, all on his own here, just having a Sunday stroll, if you will. Looks like he's going to take P5. He's got 5 seconds back to Nicky, so can easily bring that one home as well. Nicky then cannot qualify. He's just missed out on that opportunity, as Don't Know Mate has finished in P11. He really got given 2 extra places there with Dean and DJ Phil retiring, so Don't Know Mate getting some extra points in that one. Here comes Nicky then for a P6. And we await Ukbar. Great drive from Ukbar after his lap 1 incidences, but he's going to cross the line for P8, P7 on the track, but he's going to get P8 because this man Smithy on 50th race start will get P7th. What a drive from Smithy as well. What a job well done if you're him. Welchie then the last man to finish P9. Dan, what a start to the evening.
Yeah, definitely. So it's going to be a great fight between the top 3 of Mays, Rabbit Joe and Argent as they got to come their way back through the pack. Kelly got quite lucky with a P4 and extending that gap, so good stuff from him. A good way to start the evening. Now we've got that 5-minute qualifying session done and out the way. Your race winner for this one is Maze Gamer, and I think he's got a fastest lap as well.
Yeah, fastest lap by a 10th from Argent, so really good job for Maze. Maximum points in that first race apart from qualifying. We're going to be right back though in about 5 minutes time with driver interviews and the qualifying too. DJ Phil, Dean Wasaki, Don't Know Mate, Alfie, Welshie, Ukbar and Smithy can all qualify in this next race. We're going to be about 5 minutes. Don't go anywhere. Well, that was mayhem.
It was great.
That was absolute fucking mayhem. Why Dean retired again? Joe in the twat. I'm 100% a twat. Yes, you are.
Gave that to Maze on a fucking plate.
Fucking honestly. What a pleb. Right, should we have a quick refresh of the weather? Oh, it's only 22% chance, so it's not going to rain. But we need to change that to 2 o'clock. That needs to become the 30th of September now as well. And then qualifying needs to be 1 AM.
70s porn star.
10 minutes. Right, get the top 3 in. I'm just going to pop for a wee.
I'm on it.
Oh. Dean again. That's his first retirement. I don't know what happened. I'm just turned back to Dean Brennan and DJ Phil. All 3 of them are well off the track, but they're all off, all smashed up.
Cool.
For a while.
Well done, Argent. Great recovery, mate.
Yeah, to be fair, the only mistake, fair about consistency, that's the only mistake I made all race.
Just at the worst time.
Yeah, exactly. Luckily, I didn't get collected. But
your pace is quick, man.
Consistent, I was 31, 32 every lap.
Yeah. The
Kieran's wank. Yes, he is. He spins at the start when he's first.
I wasn't first though. I tried giving Maze the position back because obviously I run wide in turn 1. I didn't know if that would be penalised or not.
Who wants good news and who wants bad news? No, there's no rain. Joe just gave Maze Gamer the winner. Maze Gamer's on double points.
I'm forgetting about Maze. As long as I'm beating pro laps, I don't care.
Oh, mate. Yeah, I don't know. If you didn't spin at the start, it could have been a different race. Fucking Dean retired yet again.
I don't know what happened to the start. Literally, I was like dead last. Next thing, I got 5 cars on the first lap. But people kept going off.
Yeah, it was a weird one.
The only person was in front of me was Dean. The only person behind me was Dean. Next thing I'm up 4 positions.
What's Mike putting? Oh, don't know, mate. Oh my god! Shit! So...
Bryn, what have you done?
What's he done?
Can I save that and send that to Arjun? Because that's...
Yeah, send it to Arjun. I'll show you in a minute. I'll show you after that race because I've just closed it on my phone. Is Joe coming in for an interview? Fucking hell.
I think I've invited him.
I think he's setting up his party settings.
Yeah.
Give him 2 seconds.
Awesome.
In fact, we'll start with you anyway, Kieran. So. Oh God. Oh God. He's gone for the cutback and hasn't. I tell you what.
I'm sending it to you now.
I tell you what's not stopped him. Come here, Beth. I'll tell you what's not stopped him. The fact he went on curb. Come here. This is what's happened. Oh dear, Bryn. I think that one could be a penalty. Bang.
Yeah, I didn't see it.
Why did DJ Phil just go straight on at the chicane? That's what I want to know.
You should have it, Argent.
Yeah, Faye, you've just checked your phone, you can't get in the party. It's not showing.
Oh, sorry.
That's where it was, just fucking...
Sorry.
Has he got the invite?
I just fed to him looking notifications. I'm just trying to re-add him now.
Can't add some players because of their settings.
Yeah, he's changed his settings. I don't know.
I've just sent another invite to him, so I know it's that.
Ooh.
It wouldn't let me join the other invite. I don't know why.
Welcome back then to SimPlay Motorsport here for the second qualifying. The top 6 cannot qualify. So Maze Gamer, Rabbit Joe, Kieran Argent, Kelly, Nicky and... Oh, who finished 6th? Smoky Devil cannot qualify for this one. Just to say that Maze Gamer, Welshie and Don't Know Mate are all on double points this week. They are the 3 drivers taking their double points, and I'm sure now Joe's going to sit there shaking his head thinking, and I've just let him win that race. But we'll start though with Kieran Argent. Kieran, pole position after you've got 2 one-place grid penalties yourself. You finally got that pole position after an error from Maze Gamer, and you let it all slip away at turn 2.
Yeah, I run wide on turn 1. I didn't want to get a penalty for me running off track and taking track limits from that one turn, but I tried giving him the run but lost it on exit at turn 3. So just luckily wasn't collected by anyone else. So come away with minimal damage.
Yeah, you come back through the pack though, Kieran. You looked like you had some great pace in that second race.
Yeah, I was just keeping it consistent. I said to you off air, I was in the 32s every lap, bar 1 or 2 where I was in the 31. So I had the pace. I was pushing to catch Kelly, but wasn't in the way. So I knew I had the position anyway. But last lap calmly gave me the opportunity I wanted to get on the track.
Yeah, the good pace. You got the podium in the end. Mercedes there, can you challenge Maze Gamer tonight?
No. Be honestly, I'd say it depends on how quickly we can get through the pack in race 2. I've got no experience of Maze on this track, so I don't know where he isn't quick. So we'll have to wait and see.
Well, what can you do? Sorry, don't go on.
Do you think, Arjun, that your main fight between you and Rabbit Joe, your main fight is going to be between the Pro Laps boys? Obviously, they had a very dominant round at Donington Park. You two have had a great start here tonight with a 2nd and 3rd. Is your main fight with Kelly and Nicky?
That's why I'm looking at it. As I say, I'm as much as Maze is only say 20 points, 30 points ahead due to his double points. I'm really looking at the team's championship at the moment. As long as we're ahead of Pro Laps, both cars, I'll take that.
Well, we'll let you get ready for race 2, mate. Best of luck.
Thank you.
We've got Rabbit Joe in as well, and Joe, you had a fantastic fight with Maze Gamer all race. You caught him up after a few errors from Maze. You got past. What happened at the end, though?
Yeah, I looked to my left and was like, oh, that's the 100, is it yard or meter board?
Meter, yeah.
Meter board, and I was like, yeah, no, I need to brake. So missed it probably by 20-30 meters, and I broke myself. Luckily, no incident with hitting him. That's what I'm more thankful of there. But yeah, no, biggest mistake of my life on this.
Do you think it's worse now knowing that Maze Gamer's on double points? Do you kind of sit there and think, oh, I could have stopped him from getting, good points in that first race. I could have just limited that a little bit.
Yeah, I am gutted that I made that mistake, and to find out that he's on his double points makes it even worse. But I kind of expected that if Mace took his double points at a race, he's probably going to get at least one win. So it's 50-50 there.
You seem very quick, Rani. You seem like you've got the measure of Maze as well. You seem like you've got a good fight with Maze in that first race. Can you keep that going in race 2?
Fingers crossed.
Well, we'll let you get back to it, buddy.
Thank you.
Cheers, bud. And we've got Maze Gamer in himself. And Maze, that wasn't an easy race win.
Maze?
Maze?
Sorry for the cut.
You're right. That wasn't an easy race win there, buddy. It wasn't the easiest one you've had.
Yeah, it wasn't that long. I think mainly because I didn't expect a dry race.
Yeah.
So I didn't have any practice, and I had shuttled brake ducts like the wet, so I was running hot brakes and hot tires, and with the softs, if they are hot, it's undrivable.
Is that why we saw the Mercedes twitching a lot?
Yeah, I think that's mainly because firstly I don't like softs, and softs, if they exceed 100 degrees, it's undrivable.
You did, though, keep with Joe. You had the pace to stay with him. You didn't lose touch with him. And I bet you're quite thankful that you didn't lose touch with him, because he made the mistake on the last lap.
Yeah, but I was frustrated because of the pit stop. I don't know why my pit stop was so slow. Like I did the normal procedure for the fast pit stop, but it didn't work. I tried my best, and I think Joe was caught with the braking board getting. Someone took off the braking board.
Right.
And I think it's easy if you are in the inside to miss the braking.
Yeah.
Especially because I was on his left, so it's kind of difficult to see the braking points.
Right.
But I really enjoyed the fight with him.
Yeah. You're on double points tonight as well, mate. So that makes your win effectively even better.
Yeah, it's a good thing after a double disconnection last week.
Yeah. Well, we'll let you get back ready for race 2, buddy. Congrats on the race win.
Thanks, man. Cheers.
As we'll go through the table as well, then Maze Gamer leads the way by 43 points from Rabbit Joe, with Nicky in P3, tied with Kieran Argent now for that third place. KLF is 5th, he's only just off the back of Argent. Alfie down in 6th place after losing ground to KLF, 20 points behind him now. Welshie's 7th with DJ Phil up to 8th. Don't Know Mate moves into 9th place just off the back of DJ Phil, Smoky Devil climbs to 10th with Stovsloff not being here. He drops down a bit, as does Holty. Smithy, after his great win, goes above Dean Wasaki in P14, and Ukbar is just off the back of Dean as well. The Constructors' Championship, 25 points separates Forever Forward and Team Prolapse. Team Prolassi back above DJ Motorsport, and AA 3D Printing losing ground on MC Motorsport. They have been caught by their rivals, Ibrew Racing, Team Cool Runnings and the Flying Dutchman as well, all gaining points in that one. Qualifying at the minute, Smithy's in the pits in 6th on what will be his 51st race start of the season. This will be Alfie's 46th race start, and he's currently 7th. Alfie's struggling here tonight though, Dan. That seems to be clear, as Ukbar is the man currently on provisional pole.
Yeah, he definitely is struggling. He does not look the happiest out there, and I think the SLS works very well in the first sector, but in the mid-sector, he's losing a lot of time. DJ Phil allowing Dean Wasaki through, so Dean really needs to have a better race too. And we figured out what had happened between DJ Phil, Dean and Don't Know Mate, and it seems like Don't Know Mate went down the inside of Dean Wasaki trying to get the cutback, misjudged his braking and his awareness, gone right across the grass into the side of Dean. Dean's gone rolling over, and Phil obviously comes around the corner and finds all these cars all over the place with Dean, and he spins out in the penultimate corner as well. So a bit chaotic between them. So these guys really need to take advantage of this qualifying, as Ukbar has got that 1.3 second gap to Welshie. These two looking very good at the minute to take the front row start.
They are here at the moment. The qualifying has a minute and a half left to go. KLF will be starting at the back of the grid though in this one after his 4th place in race 1. So 13th place for him. That's going to be hard for the Renault, but we'll see what he can do from there. May's game are actually the best of the non-qualifiers who gets to start P8. He will be very thankful for that, and the fact that he gets to start, although Joe's with him in 9th, 8th is a great place for May's gamer to be on double points night.
Is it though?
Well,
definitely in my opinion, I would rather be starting at the back. That's my opinion, just due to the fact that you can stay out of the trouble. You're not in the middle of any instance that goes on in the mid pack. You can adjust and abort as quickly as you can. But Maze has got to keep his eyes open, especially with the likes of Alfie, Smithy, Don't Know Mate, and Dean all batting it out for the early odd points. So, in my opinion, I think being at the back is actually a benefit than a loss, as Dean drops it in the final sector and into the pits.
Drops into the final sector. He has, though, got time to get round and get another lap in, as here comes Welshie as well. Can anybody improve? Oh, so Don's gone into the pit. Don't know, mate. So he's gone into the pits. He'll start P5. Dean does get an extra lap in, as does Welshie, DJ Phil, and Ukbar here. You feel Dean needs to get on that pace. He needs a couple of hundredth to get ahead of DJ Phil. He needs about 6/10 to get himself ahead of Welsh and on that front row of the grid. Did Phil just get a lap in there? No, I think he's done. No, Phil is then done. P3 at the minute.
Yeah, I think it's going to be difficult for Welshie to get any closer to Ukbar. Ukbar has been on the pace, so just hasn't been able to keep it consistent. So I would like to see Welshie on the podium for this one and just keep it clean, keep his nose clean and out of trouble. But it would be nice to see the Flying Dutchman finally.
Oh, Dean's round.
Dean is round and out of this one, so it's just between the top two right now, but it would be nice to see the Flying Dutchman. I've commentated on Ukbar for for the last year and a half of commentating on Ukbar, and he's such a nice guy in the background, Dutch driver. He's such a easygoing fella, and it'd be nice to see that Ginetta finally put it into potential of what Andy did in the Pro last season. Would be nice to see the Flying Dutchman finally get.
And a 30.3 down would have been good enough to be up there in Q1 as well. It would have been a fantastic lap time.
He did qualify.
For Q1.
He did qualify 4th or 5th.
Yeah,
I believe it was 4th.
P4. To be fair, Ukbar's had the qualifications. 4th, 3rd, 6th, 6th, 4th, currently on provisional pole. It's his races that's led him down this season. That's been Ukbar's problem. Here comes Welshie then. Is he going to improve at the back end of this lap? We'll have to wait and see as he comes across the line now. Doesn't improve. So it is going to be Ukbar then for his first pole position of the season. And what a start to the night. What a way to end qualifying here. Ukbar on pole in that Ginetta. What can he do in this race now that he's on the front row? Ukbar, Welshie, DJ Phil from Dean by a tenth of a second. Don't Know Mate P5, he's only a tenth off the back of Dean, then a bit of a gap to off a second, 6/10 to Smithy. He out-qualified Alfie though. Alfie looks like he's struggling here after his good week at Donington Park last week. We then look at the first of the non-qualifiers. Maze Gamer qualifies in P8 ahead of Rabbit Joe, his rival. Smoky Devil will start 10th, Nicky 11th, Farge at 12th, and Kelly at the back. And you say about Maze Gamer, is he going to be lucky starting 8th? Kelly and Argent are in a good position at the back.
Yeah, definitely so. And we'll go through the grid right now. So Ukbar, like I said, taking that pole possession, and Welshie will start on the front row with him, with row 2 of DJ Phil and Dean Musoki. These two need to have a better race too, with Don't Know Mate and Smithy, the last of the qualifiers, in 5th and 6th place, and Alfie also in 7th. Maze Gamer, your first non-qualifier in that 8th place position. Race winner of race 1 on double points, with Rabbit Joe in 9th place on the front row of the grid with Smoky Devil. Keep an eye on Smoky. I think he's been keeping himself to himself, and if he gets an opportunity, he will be taking those points. But in the 11th place will go the way of the first Pro Dash driver of Nicky, with Argent forever forward in 12th place and Kelly at the back. And I really do think these three boys at the back have got an opportunity to just pick up people bit by bit. It's a long race, a long night, and there's an opportunity still for points to be up for grabs. But predictions for this second race, Matt, who do you think is going to take the win?
Do you know what? I'm going to go the way of Ukbar. I think Ukbar's got this one. I think he's got good pace out there to really make sure that he can get this final race win and get it job done for himself in this evening. Going to be hard, though, with Welshie, with Dean just behind him as well. And of course, you've got to watch for Maze Gamer and Argent and Nicky and Kelly and Rabbit Joe and Smoky Devil all coming from the back of the field. It's going to be an interesting one. But I'm going Ukbar. Dan, yourself?
I'm going to go for Kieran Argent. I just got a feeling that Argent's going to come through the pack. He's probably going to be hating me right now because I know for a fact he'll be sitting there going, "Oh, Dan's cursed me now. That's it.
Yeah.
I'm not going to win this race."
Brilliant.
But he has got the pace. He's got the consistency. He just needs to get through the pack. I think Maze and Rabbit Joe are going to struggle getting through this pack. But also, I'd keep an eye out for Ukbar and Welshie and even Smithy possibly. These guys in the front field now can have an opportunity to score good points.
Yeah, they really can. Then as DJ Phil starts his 90th race, he's 10 away from the 100. Can Ukbar add to his wins? Can anybody else add to their wins? The revs rise. It's green here. Ukbar does not get off the line well. Smithy and Dean got a good start, as did Welshie, though, who already leads this race up towards turn 1. You see the Renaults taking it cautious behind. There's already a gap forming. Dean up into second, I think, out of Ukbar. No, he's ran a little wide at the exit to turn 1. Tries to squeeze Smithy, can't get through there. So it's Welshie, Ukbar, Dean, Smithy, don't know, mate. All in the top 5, all going together. Maze Gamer up to 7th. He only gained 1 spot. We did lose a driver in that. We lost Alfie. So Alfie will not start this race. And Dean looking up the inside of Ukbar. Welshie's had a spin. Yeah, Welshie's dropped it. And does Dean lead this race? Or is it don't know, mate? They're squeezing each other. Dean's into the wall. But it's don't know, mate, who I think is going to lead this race at the minute. Maze Gamer's on the ground. Oh, carnage! Dean! Well, who's that? Rabbit Joe! Welshie's involved. That is Is it DJ Phil? It is DJ Phil. What happened there? I think
Rabbit
DJ
Joe's
Phil...
involved.
Yeah, DJ Phil, I think, came in front of Dean Wasaki there. Oh, wow.
Oh my god, I'm just going to have to wait for the replay to come back. But don't know, mate, leads this race with Smithy. Maze Gamer has somehow managed to get him through that unscathed, and he's in 3rd place. Argent is now in 4th. But he's got the pressure of Smoky Devil, KLF. Ukbar is up and back into 7th place, so he's managed to get out of that carefree. As Maze Gamer now goes into 2nd place position. But don't know, mate, leads this race after lap 1.
He does lead this race after that one, and what a chaotic lap it's been. We could see 3 cars into the pit, 4 cars into the pits here. As look at Dean, Welshie, Joe and Phil all going slow. But what did DJ Phil do there? It looked like he just came across Dean Wasaki in the start. But don't know, mate, steadily leading this race at the minute. As Smithy, Smoky Devil from a long way back sends one on Argent, and Smithy and KLF working his magic through. Kelly needs to get his lights on, if I'm going to be honest with you.
Yeah, Kelly hasn't got his lights on. He needs to go on. Let's see, he's got damage from them losing it, but he definitely hasn't got the lights on. Kelly, if you can switch your lights on, then do so. But he's gone through.
He has. He's been tapped. He's been tapped. Smithy's hit him. Ukbar and Nicky get caught up. It's carnage in this 2nd race.
What is going on? And right now, don't know, mate, leads this race 1 second ahead of Maze Gamer. Smoky Devil in 3rd. I did say keep an eye out for Smoky. He could surprise us, and he's in that 3rd place position. Argent in 4th, Smithy in 5th, Nicky in 6th, Ukbar in 7th, KLF losing out there. But what a start to this race, Matt. Absolute carnage, and we have 4 cars in
4
the pits.
cars in the pits at the end of lap 1, and I assume that's justified. Alfie, I think, missed the start, and he's had to disconnect, so we've lost him. But don't know, mate, leads this race from Maze Gamer early on in this one. And I tell you what, if I was don't know, mate, I'd be letting Maze Gamer through, because there's no point in fighting him in this one. You know he's not as quick. Smithy then still holding on to P5 ahead of Nicky, Ukbar and KLF, but everybody seeming, it's just chaos out there at the minute. Joe's out the pits, the first of the guys out the pit lane.
Oh, Ukbar's dropped it. The pole has dropped it. Smith, he's now going sideways. He's held it. Oh my god.
I tell you what, you cannot make tonight up. Smithy's having an absolute outstanding race. This for the race lead then. Don't know, mate, looking on Maze Gamer, looking on don't know, mate. They touch a little bit there, and Maze is in the wall.
Maze has hit the wall. Has he got suspension damage? That's the question. Don't know, mate. I'm not sure what's happened there, but Maze went to make the move, and he made contact with Don't Know, mate.
Now,
so,
I wonder if Maze sort of pulled out behind Don't Know, mate. Did he get a bit of a wiggle on? We've seen that Mercedes
Possibly.
Twitch. He's not happy. He's not happy. Well, there was space there on board Maze Gamer's car, so I don't know. You know, there was a car's width definitely there. As Smithy now, yeah, he's got a bit of front dyno damage to that car. You see, he's down in P8 at the minute, but Don't Know Mate still leads this race from Maze Gamer. PN Motorsport, there's been a death. Damn, that was a big one, says PN Motorsport. Jamie Brazier, I'd like to report a murder. The red murderable ring, says PN Motorsport. And Peaceful Stepdad, he's got the popcorn and the drink ready to go in this one, and rightly so, as Dean's off again and he's already into a wall. And this race, I tell you what, for Dean, like we said earlier, when it rains, it pours, and here goes Mace Gamer again.
Whoa!
Oh!
I don't know what to say about that. Maze is in.
Maze is in, and rightly so. Big damage, as is Don't Know Mate in the pits as well. But what is going on?
I'm not sure. Maze has just had a massive incident with Smokey Devil.
With Don't Know Mate.
This allows Smokey to lead the race, Arjun in second, and KLF back up into third place position. I'm not exactly sure what has happened there. Audio Sports, Kelly's lights have been smashed by a flying car in the comments.
There we go then.
According to that, the lights are on though.
Oh, the lights
Kelly
are
did
on,
have his
yeah.
lights off.
Smithy as well is into the pit, so he's obviously got damage as well at the end of lap 3. Maze Gamer, is he out? He looked like he was crabbing to me, but he's coming out the pit lane. What is happening
Smithy.
in this race? The 2 weeks, the Pro-Am has looked very nice and very interesting, and this race too has gone from bad to worse. Smokey Devil leads from Argent, from Kelly, from Nicky, from Ukbar. They're the guys who haven't pitted yet and will be pitting during the pit window. Don't Know Mate and Smithy in the pits. Yeah, interesting one already.
We've had a brilliant season with these Pro-Am drivers. Not a lot's been going on with incidences, but it's all come into one room. One race here at the Red Bull Ring, race 2, the cooler conditions, and it's just gone absolute chaos. And Smokey Devil and Arjun and Kelly have all benefited from it.
PN Motorsport.
I did say, what did I say?
Yeah, no,
Kelly
you did.
and Arjun being at the back, they stayed out of trouble.
Yeah, PN Motorsport, the Clio race in the wet was less accident prone than this, and rightly so it was. This has been crazy. The night race.
In the Clios, instead, you just had drivers forgetting to put fuel in their car.
Yeah, just drivers forgetting to fuel up the car. But Smokey Devil leads from Argent.
What would do that?
Yeah, I don't know, Dan. You tell me. Go back and find out Monday night and watch out to see what an Orthodubs didn't do. Smokey Devil from Argent, KLF, Nicky, Ukbar, they're your top 5. They haven't pitted. Maze Gamer gets away relatively lightly. He's in 6th place. After all of this one, Don't Know Mate still in 7th, ahead of Smithy, ahead of Rabbit Joe, ahead of Welsh, ahead of DJ Phil and Dean. It's all happened in this first race. It's all happened in the first 4 laps. Me and Dan need to sort of get back to grips with what's happening here. Top 5 haven't pitted. They're separated by 12 seconds.
My question is, Maze was in and out of the pits relatively quickly, considering he had
I think he may need to prove to the stewards what kind of damage he had there.
Yeah, that was too quick. He's still within reach of the leaders, and they weren't too far behind him. So I feel like there's a little bit of foul play possibly there. He didn't lose any rear wing. He didn't lose any major downforce. So, and he's still within touching distance of the leaders. So, could be questionable, that one.
Could be questionable.
Don't Know Mate is lost 20 seconds to him, considering. And Dean's in the pits again.
Yeah, Dean's in the pits again. His night has gone from bad to worse. And if he's a bit annoyed from what happened in race 1, he just needs to calm down and get to the end of this one and score some points, because he's already had 1 retirement. If he retires again, that'll be 2, and 3 more retire, like we said in race 1. 5 retirements in the season. You've got to do 80% of the races this season, unless you don't make it. If you don't make it, obviously due to other problems, that's fine. But when you're racing, you've got to finish 80% of the season.
Do you know what that incident gave me flashbacks of?
Which one?
Do you remember Sakito in the GTEs when Disco and Mutts Nut went into the final
when you
corner
drove, when you drove underneath Disco as he was sort of somersaulting through the air.
Funny enough, me and Disco was discussing that in the Discord today, and just seeing that incident there reminded me of that. Gave me flashbacks of that. Disco, do you remember that? I definitely think that you might be getting a little bit of flashbacks of that.
Yeah, I'm sure he was.
That was absolutely brilliant, and I feel like the rest of the guys at the back of the pack saw a brilliant shot of that.
Jamie Brazier in the chat. What happened there? Don't know, mate.
Very clever, very clever.
Smoky Devil leads this race 2.5 seconds ahead of Argent. Then Argent 2/10 quicker on that last lap. Kelly Nicky up into 4th ahead of Ukbar, and Rabbit Joe gaining on the back of Smithy. Then Smithy down in 8th place, and well, he looks like he's about to lose out to Rabbit Joe for 9th, but he's well up the road from Welsh. He's got about 40 seconds back to Welsh. He is Ukbar though, pressurising the back of Nicky's car here. Then stewards are going to be busy sorting that lot out, says Disco in the chat. And yeah, Nicky and Ukbar are having a good little fight here. Joe's got Smithy done.
Yeah, he's got Smithy down, but we'll go back to this fight. This is hard up even more, and going back to the answer, Fury's granddad, did the garage not have fuel down? Basically, here in Cornwall, the fuel crisis is even worse. So when we went to the Silverstone National for the Clio Cup Championship,
Kelly's in,
and we didn't supply enough fuel, so sadly my Clio ran out of fuel towards the end.
Basically, Dan forgot to top up enough, not that they didn't have enough. Jamie Brazier.
No, we got worse the crisis down here in Cornwall. That's what it is.
Jamie Brazier makes me think of GT5s at Snetterton. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that was a bad one. Kelly then in at the end of lap 6, and Maze Gamer, look, has jumped Kelly and is going to jump him by some margin. I reckon that pit stop of Maze Gamers could be under investigation by the stewards. Don't forget, the Pro-Ams can pit before the pit window, but you have to have significant damage, and I don't think Maze Gamer had significant damage down based off of where he is. Dean's in the pits again.
Yeah, Dean, I don't know what is going on with Dean. He's got more damage to that car and is losing out every single lap. Where people could have been making mistakes and errors, he could have been there and capitalised, but he hasn't, and he dropped to the back again, losing points, and he's got to stick at it. He's got to get to 3/4 distance, or else he doesn't gain any points. So,
and the thing as well, Dan, is he's just fell behind Smithy, and he could fall behind Ukbar here. Now, all right, drop scores or change that towards the end of the night, but Dean's 1 point ahead of Ukbar. It was a night where Dean could have gone above Stealth Sloth, could have gone above Holty, could have stayed ahead of Ukbar, could have stayed ahead of Smithy, maybe could have challenged Don't Know Mate and Smoky Devil, and it's been a night where it hasn't been like that. Kieran's lead, he's gained 0.6, half a second, should I say, over Smoky Devil. He's bringing that lead down. The 2 Mercedes out front. Ukbar has got himself ahead of Nicky into P3.
Yeah, we've just been sitting there watching that fire, and Ukbar has been slowly moving his way away from Nicky. Ukbar's really starting to put himself in a good opportunity to try and catch KLF if he possibly can. Looking in 4th place at the precise moment, but at the minute, Maze Gamer with that early pit stop, which is still under investigation. We will find out a little bit later on. We'll find out how much damage did Maze Gamer have. But at this precise minute, Ukbar in 3rd place, trying to get onto the back of Arjun and Smoky Devil, but these two just seem to have the pace to pull away. They're slowly, bit by bit, getting away from the rest of the pack. Yeah,
slowly these two are pulling away from the Ginetta and the 2 Renaults, and Maze Gamer then 24 seconds off the race lead. When really, look, Don't Know Mate, he's still 20 seconds behind Kelly. So is that where Maze Gamer should be? Maybe not 20 seconds behind, but should he be still behind Kelly? They pitted at the same time and came out 20 seconds different. So, yeah, talking points there. If Maze Gamer wins this, I'm sure that there'll be a few people questioning the pit stop indeed. But at the minute, we've got Argent, who's just got that gap under a second to Smoky Devil now. And by Maze, I was behind him on stream, but that's mental. Not sure what Disco means by that one.
Nor do I, but an interesting comment. But we see there, Argent is lapping a second a lap faster than Smoky Devil. Smoky Devil obviously has track position, but here at the Red Bull Ring, you can overtake.
Nicky's in. Dan, you said as well at the end of qualifying 2 that Argent here, if Maze Gamer got himself into trouble, could this be the win that Argent's needed to help him in that title fight? Here's Maze Gamer looking on to lap Welshie then, as Maze Gamer gets himself past Nicky, and is looking now to put a lap on Welshie and does that up the inside into turn 1. Is this the win that Argent needed over Maze Gamer? Provided he gets there at the end, let's not forget, because obviously Maze Gamer flying at the moment. Kelly gets back ahead of his teammate, as that was anyway. And that is job done for Kelly. Nicky having a bit of a long pit stop here. He's just coming out now. He's moving. He's off the limiter. Seemed a bit of a long one, though, that did.
I just think that was the length of the pit stop. But going back to your further question about Arjun, I think he just needs to get a win back under his belt. He just needs to feel like he can win this season. Obviously, Rabbit Joe and Maze just seems to have a little bit more over him in the race before. and he did have the pace at Donington Park, but silly errors once again, allowing Team Prolapse to benefit, and Alfie as well. Arjun, we said his pace has been stronger. We said he's finally getting into the groove of things. He just needs to work on consistency, a bit like Peaceful Explosion. Oh, did I make that slip?
Yeah, no, indeed. As Smoky Devil has just gapped Argent a little bit this lap. That's put the gap to Ukbar 17 seconds. Maze is then 22 seconds behind these two race leaders and lapping a second quicker than Smoky Devil last lap was Maze Gamer. So Maze flying at the moment. Elsewhere down the order, who's left to pit? Just the top three left to pit, isn't it? Nicky and Ukbar's in it. Yep. Top three, he is third. Ukbar then into the pits he comes at the end of lap 9. That will release Maze Gamer into third here. And Ukbar into the pits. Now, where does he feed out in terms of Kelly? Kelly coming round the final corner now. So Kelly should jump him. Oh, who's that? Who's just lost it in front of Kelly? That's DJ Phil.
Yeah,
the Gulf livery of DJ Phil, who's got 2 minutes 41 over Dean. He's 12 seconds behind Welshie. Does Nicky get Ukbar as well? There's Nicky. I think, yeah, he gets the jump on Ukbar as well. Having said that, Don't Know Mate braked in front of Maze Gamer, says Disco in the chat. It all depends where Don't Know Mate's braking zone is, as he might not be as confident on the brake, says Jamie. That one, I'm sure the stewards will look at in full, as DJ Phil's had a spin out of turn 1, and Nicky got a big jump. Who was that off at turn 1?
That was...
no, there was no, it's Dean. Wow, he's having a terrible night, isn't he? He's gone well off there.
Yeah, he's got more damage to the front of that car, so... Dean's night is just going from bad to worse, and now Don't Know Mate is going to lap him. But the gap's coming down between Smokey and Argent, but they're just trying to negotiate their way through as Don't Know Mate has a spin.
Loses the rear.
The cameraman tried going with him, but obviously didn't work. No,
didn't work. Dean then obviously getting Don't Know Mate through and keeping out of trouble. Dean obviously just trying to get to the end. It looks like here then Joe to try and get past Smithy once again here. So Smithy's still in front of Joe at the moment, and Joe's going to try again. Yeah, I think Joe's dropped it because
Joe was in front of him and he's dropped it. So
yeah, massively.
We've got Ukbar hunting down Nicky, and we've got Smoky Devil who's lost a little bit of time to Argent. So the fight's going on up and down. We're still waiting for the top two to pit yet.
Yeah.
So we'll see what will happen between them. But still, we got this investigation that's lingering over Maze right now. He will have to provide us, or provide the stewards with the evidence that they need to be satisfied that he did have a significant damage to repair in the early pit window.
Yeah.
But we will see how that comes out by the end of it.
Indeed we will. It's going to be an interesting one then, as Rabbit Joe gets himself out of Smithy. And Smithy, P9, but you know, if I was Smithy tonight, I'd be very, very happy with my overall driving tonight, because Smithy's had a good night.
Yeah, he's been very consistent, very solid, and in that, and like we said earlier on in the season, Argent's in. Like we said earlier on, Smithy needed to be back in a Porsche. He needed to be back in a car that he felt comfortable in, and that Z4 was just undrivable.
Yeah.
NJ did manage to make it quick, but then again, it was not very good on race pace.
Yeah, as here comes Maze and Argent into the pits. Maze coming up to the penultimate corner then. Will he get the jump on Argent? I reckon so. We reckon 20 to 25 seconds. The gap was 21, so we'll see how close it is. Argent's in. Argent's still not moving yet. Maze Gamer will get second place.
Yep, there is Argent. He's on the move, and Maze is now in the lead of this race. In second place of this race. But Argent was very close to Smoky Devil, and Smoky Devil was only a second ahead of Argent, and Argent has lost massively to Maze.
He's had a long pit stop, hasn't he, Argent there? He's had a heck of a pit stop. One thing I will say as well is back to race 1, Kelly got the undercut on Argent, if you remember, by a couple of seconds. Is Argent looking to undercut Smoky Devil, I wonder, in this one? Yeah.
Possibly so, possibly, but...
Disco, sorry, just answered your question, Dan. I'm way behind on the stream doing other things, but I remember, I presume that's in relation to the GTE crash that you was on about earlier.
I definitely remember. I had a moment of Days of Thunder moment where I just went full flat out and hope and pray that it didn't hit me.
Yeah.
And it was one of the most spectacular things I've ever seen, other than Fury going to the Kennedy Space Station on the moon in an LMP2 car, and obviously the chaos that was in the GT5s not long ago. other than those two things, Disco flying and rolling
Smokey's
as well,
in.
that was absolutely brilliant.
Smoky Devil in then at the end of lap 12. We imagine Mace Game will take the lead of this race. Where will Argent be in relation to Smoky Devil? We'll have to wait and see. Ukbar really getting close to the back of that Renault of Nicky now, and Ukbar looking for a top 5 finish, and up the inside he goes. Lovely little manoeuvre, forced Nicky to run. Wow, he's dropped it on his own.
Too much curb.
He's managed to save it, has he? I think he was coming back round, and Maze Gamer then takes the race lead here. And there's Argent in the background. Has he undercut Smoky Devil? I think he may just have, you know.
Close.
I think Argent's going to do him.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, just.
though.
Got to get turn 1 right. He's got to get turn 1 right. He's nailed turn 1. Argent, second place in this, behind Maze Gamer. Smoky Devil up to third. Welshie's back in the pits. Not sure what that's for then. So DJ Phil will get past Welshie for P10 in this race. Welshie not had the best of evenings due to damage as well. But Maze Gamer leads from Argent, Smoky Devil, Kelly, Nicky. Ukbar, after dropping it, is closer to Don't Know Mate as Rabbit Joe's trying to hunt down Don't Know Mate, and Smithy dropping off the back of him. What about Fury flying at Indy Road Course, says Jamie Brazier. When he lost his wheel, that was brilliant. That me and Kelly was going mental on commentary about that.
Do you know what? Do you know what made that little moment even better? Was Gary going the wrong way down the circuit and then popping through the screen,
Trying to get a cheeky pit stop at the end of that lap, and then it just sort of resets the car. Just as he's
like
about to turn left to get into the pits, it resets him, puts him on his way.
It was like a dog with his tail between his legs. He's like, oh no, can't do that. Carry on.
You just see Gary go one way, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh, and who's this? Oh, it's Gary. Oh. Well, he's way behind now, isn't he? What's he done there?
That was absolutely brilliant. But currently, at this precise moment, Maze Gamer does lead this race under investigation for his pit stop, but we will see how that pans out. In second place is Kieran Argent. Third place is Smoky Devil after losing out the lead to Maze and Argent. KLF has recovered up into fourth place position and slowly catching the back of Smoky.
Yeah.
That's a little bit of track limits there from Kelly. He will be warned about that.
Kelly then will be looking for a podium here as well, Dan. I know he said that he's looking for it, but again, I'm going to say this about the Renault. I didn't tip the Renault to do a lot round here tonight. I didn't think it would be a strong track for the Renault. Fourth and fifth again, they've had good points of Team Pro laps. They've not had forever forward lap points here, but they've had good points. Although tonight, second race, they're outscoring forever forward.
I was going to say, yeah, they're outscoring forever forward. Rabbit Joe is making his way back very slowly, but once he gets to Don't Know Mate, it's going to be even harder to get past anyone else. Ukbar 10 seconds up the road. It's going to be difficult for him to catch the Flying Dutchman. But, as we said, we think the Renault's a very solid Pro-Am car. It's very consistent, very easy to drive. So the likes of Nicky and Kelly can work it to its best potential and score decent points by being consistent. They're playing the Colin Turkington game, always scoring points, always being there. While the likes of Maze and the others, though, being more aggressive, they're taking a Sutton approach and they're losing points because of it to these guys. Yeah,
no, they are. Team Pro Labs really scoring well. Although they all start in race 1, they're gaining back in race 2. Jamie saying, what about Dean at Sugo in the GT5s? that one's on Unorthodox's personal YouTube channel. That was funny. That was just in a practice lobby as well. That was a brilliant moment. And as here comes Joe attacking the Audi of Don't Know Mate.
I believe we were just in bits after that.
I think we was crying.
Breathe for like about 10 solid minutes.
I think we was crying on that. That was funny. That was funny in the GT5s. Here he is.
Poor Dean.
Yeah, I know, poor Dean. 2 minute 9 behind Welshie as well. He's struggling. He's got to keep going though. He needs to get himself to lap 15. He does. Struggling in this one behind Smithy at the minute. Can he just keep going? Don't Know Mate trying to fend off Rabbit Joe as Mace Gamer leads by 10 seconds and was 1.2 seconds quicker than Argent on the last lap. Kelly losing half a second to Smoky Devil, while Ukbar 1.5 seconds quicker than Nicky on the last lap.
But he's had a little whiz in here.
Yeah, has he had another moment? He's 5 seconds He's 5 seconds off Don't Know Mate and Rabbit Joe behind. So he's starting to struggle. Maybe that Janettas. Don't Know Mate sets his best lap of the night with a 1:31.9 in this race too. That's not bad. It's quicker than the cars in front of him. I'm sure he'll be looking to make up a few places after what could be an under investigation in race 2 and under investigation for race 1. There's a few drivers under investigation tonight, I've got a feeling.
Yeah, there definitely will be a few, and I believe Matthew Duff in his lovely little Toy Story notebook has got plenty of notes under.
Oh yeah, it's being filled up right now. Yeah, it's really being filled up.
The most amount of Pro-Am instances all being filled up in one night here in the Red Bull Ring race 2.
And the thing is,
a night race and cooler conditions would affect the race this much.
And the thing is we've been saying for the last couple of weeks that Pro-Am's been more entertaining than Pro. Pro's kind of been spread out, a bit dull, not a lot happening. And Pro-Am's been giving us the action. They've been clean. If someone's span, it's been on their own. And then tonight, race 1, yeah, not too bad. Race 2, utter chaos is all I can describe race 2 as. Utter chaos. But like I say, nighttime, cooler conditions. It's a good job it didn't rain, I suppose.
Oh, we would love a bit of spicy rain, wouldn't you?
Could you imagine?
I definitely do. I would love a bit of rain, so I'm doing my rain dance right now because I know for a fact that BMW is terrible in the rain. So if the gods are listening to me, please let it rain tomorrow. No, we were just watching here, Rabbit Joe, and like you said, the consistency in the Pro-Am this season has been very good. The quality of drivers have really stepped up. We haven't really had one major domination other than Mays for the Indianapolis, and he's having another dominant race now. But again, things are a little bit suspicious about his pit stop. Yeah. But other than that, it's been relatively good. The racing's been clean. The racing's been fair. There's not really much we can take it away from this. Like I said, Pro-Am's been more entertaining than the Pro. So hopefully the Pro could be entertaining tomorrow, but for all the good reasons. Yeah, well, let's hope it does rain as Joe looks to try and send one up the inside. I don't know, mate, and that wasn't working from there. And you hear the Audi and the Mercedes a bit slow to get away. Kelly within 4 seconds of Smoky Devil now as we start lap 6. As we're on lap, just Mace Game has just started lap 17 of 20. Then has Kelly got enough time to get ahead of Joe down the inside? He's looking, but Don't Know Mate has covered him off, but Don't Know Mate's going to go deep. That's going to allow Rabbit Joe a cut back. But
it's Ukbar! Oh no, what has happened to Ukbar? He's lost 2 places now. Smithy is a further 7 seconds behind, and he's done that on his own. He's in no man's land, was Ukbar.
I think he's just dropped the rear and just reversed back into the gravel. So Ukbar with a pole position. This Giannetta's not very good on a long run.
And I tell you what, Dan, we said about it in qualifying, didn't I? I read out his qualifying. The lowest of 6, highest of pole. The guy can qualify. His races are not going the way he wanted them to. Rabbit Joe's still on the back of Don't Know Mate now. That, though, is now for 6th, not for 7th place. So giving Joe the few more points. And if Joe can get past Don't Know Mate, that puts him right on the back of Nicky and Kelly in terms of scoring points. So they're not really going to gain as many over Forever Forward as they probably would have wanted to.
No, possibly not. And Don't Know Mate is really stopping Forever Forward to maximise the points loss that they did have at the start of the race. So Rabbit Joe needs to find a way past it. But at the minute, that Mercedes just hasn't got the grunt to get past the Audi. May's still leading this race at the minute as he comes into the final corner to start his 18th lap here. But a 1:30.7. He hasn't dropped out of the 30s all race so far. So Mays has had the pace to stay at the front. So he now leads the way. There you go, another 30 lap. He's consistently fast. Argent, a better race here in second, will be outscoring his teammate. And Smoky Devil, for me, has been the surprise package for this race too. Yeah. He's really looked good here. KLF once again in that 4th place position, just outside the podium. But scoring well for him and his team. Him and Nicky having a decent night's worth of points. Yeah. Considering this car was not suited here. Yeah, very good night's worth of points. As Don't Know Mate is well off, as is Rabbit Joe. Now, what happened there, I wonder. I'm not sure what has happened there. Is that going to allow Ukbar back through? Indeed, it is. And Ukbar gets past Don't Know Mate, as Don't Know Mate and Joe had an off then. Don't Know Mate was well off there. He's had his fair share of incidents tonight, hasn't he? I'm not sure what's happened there, but he's dropped back down to 8th place. Smithy then trying to get on the back of them, and a couple more incidents for them guys. A couple more spins. Could see Smithy gain a few more places. What a night he's had. I'm sure he'll take a 9th and whatever he got in race 1, but Smithy's drove really well tonight. Yeah, he's just been involved in this race too. He's just been involved in the action a little bit more. The faster guys coming up behind him, and he's been trying to stick his elbows out a little bit more, but he has been consistent. He's been fast when he needed to be, and it's been a solid night for Smithy for his 50th and his 51st appearance. He's done the Porsche proud. He's done us Porsche drivers proud, and he can walk away from this thinking, I drove at my best tonight, and I've walked away with this unscathed. Yeah, he really can then. Smoky Devil losing ground to Argent. KLF losing ground to Smoky Devil. Welshie trying to get on the back of DJ Phil, but he's nowhere near. Dean, 2 minutes 15 behind Welshie himself as Maze Gamer starts the penultimate lap of this race. Here is Argent then. 13 seconds to Maze Gamer. 4 seconds ahead of Smoky Devil. Make that 5 seconds now. Really in no man's land is Smoky Devil, Argent and KLF and Maze really. They're kind of
nowhere to be seen, can't do anything. Don't know, mate's got back ahead of Ukbar then as Ukbar drops down to P8. And Smithy gaining on the back of Ukbar here. So has Ukbar got a problem? As Smithy then gaining on the back of Ukbar. That gap's come down a little bit as Ukbar had another mistake. Ukbar seemed to have made a few mistakes the later this race has gone on, Dan.
Yeah, I think the car is just not suited to these cooler conditions. He's not able to keep it consistent. And the likes of Smithy, Don't Know Mate, and Rabbit Joe have all benefited from that. The pack is completely strung out now. This is the closest fight that's on circuit, other than Argent and Smoky Devil as well. But the chaos of the start of the race, and now it's just kind of doled out and gone a little bit smoother towards the end. But Ukbar has been the man who's...
Has Mace Gamer dropped consistent. It? Because that gap's 5.5 seconds. I think Mace Gamer's hit the wall, you know. I think Mace Gamer's hit the wall. Because that gap's come down to 4.3 seconds here. I think Maze Gamer's got damage to his car somewhere. Because Kieran Argent is now gaining on Maze Gamer with 1 lap to go.
He's struggling to turn.
Yeah, he's really struggling to turn. The gap's down to 3.7. Argent will be seeing this. And can Argent get a race win here? Maze Gamer struggling. Dean's flashing his lights. Okay.
Has something happened between Dean and Maze?
I don't know. Maze looked well clear of Dean.
Maybe Maze has dropped it and Dean drove into him. We
Possibly.
just don't know.
No, we don't know. 42.4 for Maze there. So he's lost a heck of a lot of time. But here comes Argent. Maze then on this final lap needs to keep it clean, needs to keep it out of trouble, needs to keep it going because one mistake will let Argent back in here. Has he he's gapped Argent a little bit. So has he got it back up to... Has he got it back sorted now? I'm not quite sure what's happened here. I'm not sure what's gone off. But Argent has now been gapped by Maze Gamer at that first sector. And the gap's now 5.1 seconds. So I don't know what has happened to Maze Gamer, Dan. But he's all of a sudden back on the pace.
I'm not sure either.
I don't know. That was twitchy.
Yeah, but that's Maze's driving style.
Yeah,
he
exactly.
Likes to drive like that. He really does hang the car out. He really does push it to the limits. And he has been pushing all the way through. Looks like he's on his way to take a race win. Dean Wasocki just in front of him. Either Dean's trying to let him go so he doesn't have to finish the race, and he does so. So Maze gets past Dean. I think that's going to be the race win as well for Maze because he's managed to keep it going at the back end of this race and gap Argent. So I think that's job done for Maze. Whatever happened, the penultimate lap gave Argent a sniff. But not a big enough sniff as this man then is going to take a back-to-back race win. Pending an investigation, though, over his pit stop. Maze Gamer will take a double win here. Dean's going to come across for 12th place. It's going to be Argent, who looks like he's going to get P2 relatively easy. Smoky Devil kind of gone under the radar tonight. He's going to come across for another podium this season. A 3rd place for Smoky Devil. Good race for him in race 2. Kelly, another 4th place. That's 3 4th places in a row this season for Kelly. He is a man who is scoring big points at the minute. Nicky looks like he's going to hold on for P5 at the end of this one as well. And I think Rabbit Joe has got 6th place done, but we'll see Nicky across the line first. Here he comes. Flash of the lights for Nicky. I just want to say a happy birthday to Nicky. Yeah. It's been his birthday this week. He's had a lovely Prolapse birthday party. And I've seen him in the club. He was enjoying himself. He was having a good time. And I also want to say a particular commentator has been offered a Prolapse contract, haven't they?
Yeah, he has. Whether he accepts it or not, we'll have to wait and see. But DJ Phil will cross the line P10 there. Rabbit Joe's going to come across P6. It looks like it's going to be Don't Know Mate to hang on to 7th place ahead of Ukbar in this one. And I'm sure there's a few investigations to be had over that race to do with Dean and to do with Maze Gamer in this first one. Ukbar then will get a P8. Smithy will come across for a P9 and Welshie will get himself 10th place in this one. Fastest lap of the race, Dan?
I can't see because I'm trying to invite Smoky Devil into the party.
There we go then. No, that's wrong. 2 seconds.
I'll tell you now, it's Maze with 130.4. Yeah, so Maze with 130.
There we go. So Maze then 2 fastest laps, 2 race wins, no pole position for him tonight. Maze wins from Argent, Smoky Devil, KLF, Nicky, Rabbit Joe, Don't Know Mate, Ukbar, Smithy, DJ Phil, Welshie, and Dean Wasocki takes the final steps. The final places in this race. Just going to sort out the current championship standings. Double points, don't forget, for Maze Gamer, Don't Know Mate, and for Welsh, excuse me, in this one. So they have taken their double points already this season. And the championship battle looks like this. Maze Gamer leads Argent by 84 points, but Argent still has double points to take. Rabbit Joe is now in third place, 85 points. Obviously, this is before drop scores. Nicky down to fourth with KLF in fifth. Alfie is P6th after he didn't make race 2. He's got Welshie hunting him down. Don't know, mate, up to P8 after his double point. Smoky Devil goes ahead of DJ Phil Green for 9th. DJ Phil down to 10th. Stealth Sloth 11th. Smithy up into P12 with Upbar up to 13th. Dean Wasaki up into 14th place. Halty dropping to 15th. Forever Forward have a 31-point lead over Team Prolapse, but don't forget one of their drivers has taken double points already. Team Prolapse still yet to take their double points. Team Prolasia still third in the Constructors' Championship, ahead of DJ Motorsport, and have pulled themselves into a Constructors' battle, you would say, 51 points off the lead, but with three of the drivers of the top 2 teams still to take double points. That I don't think is going to happen. DJ Motorsport 4th, MC Motorsport 5th, jumping Iron Brew Racing and AA3D Printing after this one, a point ahead of AA3D Printing, and they're at 10 points clear of Iron Brew. Team Cool Runnings ahead of the Flying Dutchman, and Lone Wolf Motorsport are last. And we're joined by Smoky Devil now in the commentary box. Smoky, that was a very good third race, very quiet, and a podium for yourself.
We just got to we just got to make sure, Smokey, are your settings all set so we can hear you? Like, you set your broadcasting to be heard by everyone? Because we've had a few issues of people not being able to set it.
Aye, I think mine's all set, aye.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah,
Sorry,
good third. Yeah, right. Good third place for yourself. Good podium to come back with.
It was a good podium, aye. There was quite a lot of cars in the first lap, so we managed to avoid it all. And that was it, you know what I mean? Stop at that position to the end.
Yeah, good race in that one. Good third place. You was a bit quiet in race 1 as well for a 5th, I think it was. So you kind of had a quiet eye and got 2 good results.
I had a couple of mistakes in the first race, so that's how it was a bit quiet in the first race. Kept catching up to people, and then I just lose it again. So
now you've made 4 races at the minute this season. You're already 9th in the championship. You're looking quite good to increase that with this pace of the Mercedes. Last time we saw you in the Porsche, obviously you look decent, couple of podiums, race wins and stuff. How's the Mercedes? Because you still look like you've been able to transfer that Porsche stuff into the Mercedes and still get stuff done.
To be honest, the Mercedes is a lot easier car to drive than I think than the Porsche. Porsche are always like on the edge, do you know what I mean? But the Mercedes seems more planted, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's basically like an easier car to drive, you know.
Well, Daytona next week, mate, in that Mercedes, that looks like a track that could really suit the car.
Oh, aye, plenty of top end speed on that track, do you know what I mean? So I think it'll just be all the top ones will be Mercedes. The next one, you know.
Well, best of luck, buddy. We can't wait to see what you can do out there.
Aye, same.
Well done, mate. Kieran, not the race win you'd have wanted in this one, but a 2nd place nonetheless, and great points for yourself and the team.
Yeah, like I said in the interview for race 1, I was more concentrating on getting a decent result. I knew Maeve would be quick. I don't know why he come in so early. He didn't seem to have issues, but I'll let him answer that one. But yeah, no, just keeping it consistent. I got obviously not caught up behind Smokey in the start of that one, but kept it consistent behind him. Got the undercut and managed to pull away. Yeah,
you had good pace in that 2nd race. Your teammate Joe didn't seem to get the best of the luck, though. There was an incident at lap 1 coming out of turn 2, and Joe didn't seem to get the best of that. But nonetheless, you've still pulled away from Prolapse in the Constructors tonight.
Yeah, I'm not going to be completely honest. I think I need a new pair of underwear, and turn 4 incident, or the incident lap 1, turn 4, 3 or 4 cars coming back across the track after hitting the wall, but managed to get through unscathed and kept it consistent.
Yeah, what can you do next week? Obviously, Mercedes, same as Smoky Devil, Daytona, a favourite track for the Mercedes. What can you do around there in that car?
Again, same with this week, really. I'm just looking for podiums. I know last year me and Kelly had a good flight race too. This year he's in a bit of a slower car, so I should have more of a run on him if it is me and him at the front again. But like I say, I think it is going to be dominated by the Mercedes. Maeve, myself, Joe, and even the SLSs as well could be up there.
Yeah. Well done, mate. We'll see you next week.
Thank you.
We've got Maze Gamer in as well, and Maze. Well, I don't know what to say about that one. A win, but yeah, carnage.
Yeah, cars everywhere.
What happened with yourself? Obviously, you was behind the Audi, and then gave it a big whack up the rear. What happened there?
I think it's clear what happened. It was just braking in the middle of the straight, so there's nothing to add to that.
Yeah. Maximum points tonight for yourself. No pole positions, but 2 fastest lap and 2 wins. That's the way to take your double points, I suppose.
Yeah, I would have preferred it with a pole, but I messed up. I was just practicing the pit entry in the drive because I didn't do that, and I was with the draw you can pick up a lot of speed in the entry, so you should brake earlier than the wet.
Yeah. And again, I'll ask you the same question as the other two. Mercedes round Daytona, what can you do round there next week?
I think for Mercedes it's complete domination there.
What can you do personally? 2 more race wins?
It depends on Argent and the Rabbit Joe and the SLS guys, to be honest.
Well, go on.
Yeah, I just wanted to say that we have the same adventures there with the cars, and it's a tricky track, to be honest. It's not easy at all.
Yeah. Well, we can't wait to see what you can do next week, buddy. Well done.
Good night, guys. Cheers.
Good night, buddy. Dan, final words from yourself, driver of the day as well.
I think that Red Bull has produced some interesting racing this evening, some good racing in race 1, and then race 2 was absolute chaos. So it's been great here at Red Bull Ring. Looking forward to getting myself out on circuit to take the challenge to Andy and Disco. But for me, there's got to be 2 drivers for me in mind. I'm going to make a shout out for Smithy. It's been his 50th and his 51st appearance, and he's been absolutely solid all night long. But if I'm going to have to go for the overall vote, it's got to be Argent for me. I know obviously going for Mays would have been the easiest option, but Mays has been consistent all night. Argent with a brilliant recovery in race 1, and then to be solid in race 2 as well. He's had a good night's worth of points for me, in that opinion.
Yeah, I have to agree. Honourable mention Smokey Devil and Smithy in that one as well. Smithy on his 50th, and Smokey Devil quietly gone under the radar but picked up some good points that one. But I agree, I think Argent driver of the day. A second and a third when Joe and Mays looked like they had strong, solid pace. Argent will take that one. We'll be back live tomorrow night for the Pro Series around the Red Bull Ring, where Dan, can he keep his title challenge on the right course based off of Monday night? He needs to make sure he's got enough fuel in the car to keep ahead of Andy and Disco. And with Disco Face, or keep with them, should I say. We'll be back as well Monday night for the finale of the Clio Cup round from Brands Hatch GP. Back there after we've been there first race of the GT3 season. Foulguest leads the way by 10 points from unorthodox. So yeah, that's what we've got to look out for tomorrow night and Monday night. We'll be back with the Pro-Am next Wednesday, live from the Daytona Road Course as the countdown to Donington Park for the touring cars is on. And next Wednesday and Thursday out the way, and then we're ready to get going. But we'll be back tomorrow night live from SimPlay Motorsport for the Pro Series. Join us then. Take care, everyone, and good night.
Good night.
That was a mess in race 2.
Yeah,
I was just.
I think I've got hand skidding across the grass sideways and I heard it.
Hey Matt, look at the Pro-Am scoreds.
Who's this on board?
Nikki. It's Welshie, I think, that causes the incident.
I'll have to watch it back. Oh my god.
Yeah, Welshie, Rabbit Joe, 2 others.
Did I have contact with the Rabbit Joe?
No, back straight.
Oh, I thought that I took him out.
I don't know.
Next race in October, isn't it?
I think Smithy pushed me to the grass in the straight. And I kind of lost it a little bit, but I didn't know if there was contact.
From my point of view, it looks like you're on the grass and you come back trying to recover.
Yeah, I didn't turn to the right, like the car.
Oh, that
Yeah,
was
the car just turned right with the wheel spin.
that was the thing I was meant to ask you, Maze. What happened on the lap 19 of the final race?
He just braked in the straight, like it was a complete brake check.
Oh no, penultimate lap, second to last lap. Oh,
Yeah, I dropped it in the turn one.
did you have damage at the end?
6. No, I dropped it through the grass and I did a little burnout in the grass and I kept driving in the grass like for a while.
Yeah. You what, Dan? Oh. Right, back in 2, I just need a wait.
I just wanted you to save it just in case for the incident with the don't know mate.
Do you want me to clip it?
Yeah, I have the clip, I just wanted the replay so I can see his point of view. Thanks.
Do you want me to clip his point of view then?
Yeah, please.
I just
Yeah,
want
a
to see
few
RJ
people there
get hit.
tonight. A few people there tonight. A bit late on the brakes.
Say a bit desperate.
Yeah. Like DJ Phil, start lap 2. Plough off into the side of me and Smithy in turn 1.
Oh my god.
I had a very funny thing in race 1. I think it was Alfie. It was a back marker, and I was racing Joe, and Joe took the inside, and Alfie tried to slow down in the straight, and I was behind there, and I just hit him. I think he didn't see me. Race 1 was like a very good race, like very clean driving and all, but race 2 wasn't, to be honest.
Yes. Hello?
Hello.
What's the matter? What? What?
Race 2, what a shit show.
I won't watch it.
I know, because you're a faggot.
No, because I've just got
Don't hear it. Don't hear it.
And I went straight on again from me.
Bryn's absolutely quite keen on race 1.
To be fair, I didn't realise that goal there. Oh, fucking okay. Dan, have you got the wet weather you wanted? Have you not got? Not yet.
Not yet. I don't think it is going to rain, is it? It's bone dry.
Well, if it half is cleared up, we'll go off it. If half is cleared up, we'll obviously the others will have that.
Yeah, I think it's going to be clear all the way through. I looked at your clip. Dean never actually landed on top of you.
No, that's what I mean.
Kelly gave you a little shove because I think he reacted to the accident.
Yeah.
That was mad.
I nearly lost the rear. The steering wheel just literally went flying out the hand, just trying to fight drive on the grass.
It's Nicky's.
I'm not going to get it. I didn't think I was going to get stuck.
Nicky's view is mental.
I've not seen Nicky's view.
But I'll just send this to you.
Where are you thinking of? Sleepy was like in and out of the cone, wasn't it? Weekend.
Right, I'm talking still a little minute.
Yeah, Caddy saved my life, pushing me out the way of Dean. Looking at that Nicky. Obviously it's down to the I think, I hope they make a few penalties, so watching back the replay now.
No, it's not. Yeah, exactly. We'll see what happens. Right, I'm going to go back on headset. I'll chat to you in a bit. Well, I mean, I'll see you tomorrow.
Oh yeah, good point.
Dipshit. Yeah, no worries then, mate. Oh, have you heard out about things yet?
I know what they are. I'm still waiting for an email. Like I said, I can show you the email about
No, you're fine. Apparently you're on.
so it's definitely gone through the right email address. It's just not coming off.
Apparently, you're buying Dean some next week and getting the SimPlay logo on them. Oh, no, I believe you. Like I said to Dean at the time, I says, well, who says you can use it? He went, oh, I'm going to use it. I'm going to take a picture and put it on the group every Wednesday. It's like, yeah, but who said you can have them on there?
Yeah, I said that. In fact, he came on to Ed said, oh, yeah, swap the idea for the snags. Matt, SimPlay flag already. So I turned around to him and says, I'm not allowed to. Shit.
You know, so.
Yeah. He says, why? And I said, because Matt's, until Matt gives the go-ahead, yeah, I'm not. And he says, oh, you'll probably give me the go-ahead for this rate. It's fine.
Well, fuck him. Right, I'll catch you in a bit anyway. Right, bye. Who's still in here then?
Everyone that played for Wigan.
Yeah!